Daryl, your emotes are actually so fucking bad. Why do I have to look at that? Hello. I've got like one event game, I think. And then I'm free room gaming for a bit. Just gonna jump right into it because it's been a while. Tell me that rainbow is an automatic effect that you can add now. I haven't been in my Twitch control panel ever since they fucking started telling me, hey, we really need you to run 4 minutes of ads per hour. We really need you to do that.
East 1. The Dora
like,
is the 3 of
I don't know.
The player is North.
I don't know if that's true.
How does this starting hand look to you?
A quick tenpai is very much in the cards
Is
here.
it Chitoy? It doesn't
See
look like
how this battle
Chitoy.
unfolds.
It's got a pair of 2 sequences. Huh, that's kind of interesting. So is the spin. I figured the spin. It looks shitty enough to be
Who's
free.
going to make the first call
Whoa,
here?
okay.
The player is already 1 tile to tenpai.
This hand is very near
This is really
completion.
shitty, Shanten, but I don't know, we're participating in the game. Since it's just the 1 red Dora, I guess I'd rather have the 2-4 than the 1-3.
I could hear a pin drop.
I don't think it's channel point options. I think it's specifically, the creator can automatically generate variant emotes with,
Things are at any
those
calls
filters on
this
them.
Took a pass for now.
Wow, it's still... Yeah, you know, I could do Itsu.
The air is tense as the players
If that
take
happens,
their
I'm down.
turns.
2-pin? No, regular Itsu, not Chinitsu. You're on
What
crack.
to do with this tile? Still holding back.
I'm not gonna throw a red 5s, line 2.
Who will
Also,
come
Pinzu
out
are
on
looking pretty
top
cheap
in
right
this
now anyway.
confrontation? Look at that!
It's totally free thin, isn't it? I'll take it.
Hanemon Tenpai!
You guys better fold. You better fold in this
Who's
fucking
going to pull away
Tompu
from
where
the
only
pack?
first matters.
Chasing Deeks!
Gee, I wonder
This
why
is
they're
a
not
neat
folding.
shootout.
There's only one winner in a Deeks shootout.
What a weird way to get here.
The player. Can this hand withstand the heat?
Hey!
Amazing! Catching a very big
I
wave.
replaced the ear
Tremendous
piercing
hand right out of the gate.
Agari button.
The player.
The player
Because I got
takes a
another- oh,
modest
nice.
lead.
リーズもピンフ一通ドラドラアネマン
Yeah, video gamed. Rua actually didn't change my hand at all, but made me feel nice.
East 2. The Dora is the 9 of dots. The player is West. The player is coming off a spectacular hand.
Taking a modest lead with that one.
2 triplets.
This is not an easy spot to work around.
I already miss it. It was so loud. I might put it back on just because I appreciate how fucking loud it is.
This table is so quiet.
But I'm
Any
undecided.
calls on this tile? Took a pass for now. The player already 2 tiles to Tenpai.
This hand
It
is
is
really
time for
beginning
Ass
to come
O'Clock, the
together.
player. Sure is! Hold on, let me give you guys a better sense of what time it is in North America.
Things are at a standstill.
Now I can truly live out my dreams of being a salaryman in the dark.
The air is tense as the players take their turns.
It truly is morphin' time in North
Still holding
America.
back. Oh wow, and there's a call. Another useless draw.
I don't even know if I necessarily need to push this.
Whatever happens, it'll be something to talk
Like, I'm
about.
kinda good to chill
This hand is going nowhere.
near the Dora, so a little scary, but... It's like, this guy through a
players
5,
are
I
already
guess. But it's not
visualizing
like
their
there's
winning
crazy
hand.
fire over there. It's just a lot of Tadashi, so probably the hand is somewhat far along at this point.
How are the players going to approach this hand?
I'm good to throw a terminal, though. It's like, this hand is probably not actually going anywhere. Hello there. This is a little spicy, but I gotta throw it eventually if I want to
It's
advance, so
important to find the best possible
better
way.
now. It's not fucking concealed
one dares
triplets, you
to
piece
make
of
the
shit
first
stoner.
move.
Oh, okay.
The player across. That's a pwn.
You want it again?
No.
Ah, jeez! The player suffers an unexpected
Happens like that.
loss.
This will be a repeat of East.
I'm kind of okay with that.
East 2, 1 counter. The Dora is the 6 of cracks. The player
Yeah, it's like
is
it's an
West.
open hand.
How does this starting hand look to you?
This starting
not
hand is
super
certainly
concerned.
very competitive.
The stage is set.
Should I turn the lights
Anything
back on?
can happen.
It is a little dark in here.
Who's going to make the first call here?
Probably better for your eyes. I think it looks darker than it is. That is both lights? Ooh. We got the fucking
player,
high beams
2
on.
tiles to
How about just
10
one?
high.
The dots are really coming together.
How about this one? Okay.
This table is
Alright, two
so
different
quiet,
people
I
have
can
linked
hear a
Trombone
pin
Champ and
drop.
Hitbox
Any
Dimension.
calls on this top? Take a pass for now.
I might have to give that a look. What's this trailer like?
Wow, and there's
Yep.
a call. What to
Yeah,
do
it's literally a
when
rock
still
with,
holding back?
with a trombone.
Another useless draw.
I've seen some interesting input methods for it already.
The air is
I
very
did miss a
tense at
cut
this
in.
moment. I see storm clouds on the horizon.
Alright. It's like Dora 2.
The player, still no call. The player, 1 tile to Tempai.
Certain tiles
This is
will
so
fit right
fucking
into this hand.
shitty.
Others will gradually transform.
There it is.
I should have thrown one of those way earlier as soon as I
Fine
realized.
play, no doubt about it.
Like, if I was gonna pursue that hand.
Toi toi, Dora,
Oh. Okay.
East 3, the Dora is the 5.
Alright,
of dots.
so I'm
The
200
player
behind
is
first
south.
now.
How does this starting hand look to you?
The question is, where's the red dragon?
Yeah, this
hiding?
is callable,
Now,
I
let's
guess.
watch how things develop.
Could be speedy.
The player,
Guessed wind
already
out
2
first.
tiles to Tempai.
The next few tiles could make a huge difference.
I think I just meme this to completion and throw center tiles for a bit. I don't know. Ha!
The player is already 1 tile to Tempai.
That's weird.
This hand is very near completion.
Any calls on this tile?
¿Coño?
The player makes a call out of
Absolutely no
nowhere.
justifiable
This was
reason to
sad
make
bird.
that call. The hand was fine
Who will
keeping
come
that as a
out
pair,
on top in this confrontation?
but I decided, hey, I really need to exert my influence
do
on the
with
game in
this
some way
time?
right now.
Sí, yo.
The player already calls a second meld.
The one force
Player,
not dismal.
Tempai.
It's like somewhat reasonable. But
Whatever happens, it'll be something to talk about. Took a pass for now.
just sneak around a little bit.
Have things calmed down for the moment?
I paused
Still
the
holding
trombone
back.
champ trailer and it freeze framed on the Judgment disgusting,
The player
which I
on the
feel
left
like is
continues
pretty.
to
Oh, I
discard
can't swap
symbols.
call this, so I'd have to go into a wait on the 8-mon. That's kind of unfortunate.
Still
Maybe
no
I should have
call.
thought of that before I made
The
terrible
player.
choices.
Can this hand withstand the heat?
All I need is the small hand. Ooh, I can be sneaky.
There it is. The player on the right takes a beat.
Yeah, hard to hang on to that if you want to stay in the game.
The player.
Hot.
And if all I needed was 1,000 points, I really want that person to have just disconnected, and that's why I'm hung on the screen. Gonna branch out to farming rage quits and mahjong. Thank you all for
East
staying with me
four.
on this
The Dora
exciting
is
journey.
the 5
If I
of
come back and that
hearts.
guy's a
The player is
CPU,
east. Heading into the final hand of the match.
no,
The player
doesn't look like
is
it.
in first and will normally play the hand fast.
Oh,
Is this a lead that can be defended?
the guy I just stole first from just fucking left.
Things are at a standstill.
Class act. Anyway, this is a
The
pretty.
player on the right drops a pair.
This is callable.
Draws
4
yet
away
another
isn't as
symbol.
bad. It's like, eh.
The player, one step in the
Double
right
acceptance
direction.
there.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
It's like, dude, it's East 4.
Any calls on this time? Oh, wow.
You're still
and
in
there's a
this.
call.
This lifts a heavy
Don't
burden.
be that way.
The player, 2 tiles to 10.
All you gotta do is the
The
same
next
thing I
few
just
tiles
did.
could make a huge difference.
It's okay, you went through a tunnel. These are some weird shapes.
How are the players going to approach this hand?
I feel like it's probably okay for me to just, like, fold. But
The player, 1 tile to Tempai.
This hand looks nothing like it did at the start.
so how does this actually, like... Did I
No
take
one
the
dares
worst
to make the
Ishanten
first
there?
move.
I think I might have. Still waiting for the
player
brain to
on the
fucking
left
spin up.
continues to discard simples.
You're fucking pulling the cord on a gas lawnmower
Look at
right
that
now.
Dora.
Hey, cool. Yeah, I'm actually gonna switch to the version of this that is easier to call. Ooh. Why did I think
Is
about
this
that for so
hand
long?
going to end quietly? Doubled up on a tile that was just discarded.
Easy, easy. Bought Radiant Silver Gun on Switch, and between
What
that
to
and
do with
Salmon
this
Run,
tile?
I feel the despair beginning to set in
The player.
as a
The
Pavlovian
player.
response when I
Stand
pick up my
This
Switch
hand may have
controller.
a poor weight,
How's
but it's
Silver
still
Gun treating ya?
explosive.
I know how Salmon Run's treating ya. I know how Salmon Run's treating.
My, oh
Nice!
my, and there's the niche.
There are any number of responses here.
Question is, can
My
the player
dude
survive
fucking
this
wailed for the
situation?
mermaid-themed pachinko items. I'm not even gonna bother folding to this. I don't even know what it is.
The player can. Oh my!
Cool.
There it is. High heel.
Thanks for the fucking ticket padding.
Impressive finish. A spectacular finish.
The player is not letting up. The player held on to
You died.
first place.
That was so winnable for my Kamicha. That was like... Why would you do what you just did? We found an interesting set of mechanics, but those mechanics also force you to learn a route to even play casually. Dude, That's like... Huh. Did I get a bingo card out of my fucking challenge card? Okay. I felt that way kind of with Death Smiles, where, like, it's also got non-linear stage order, and, like, it has fucking extends that are, like, stage order dependent, so you just have to know. And also, there's one particular stage out of 6, well, 6 main stages before the last one, that is so much better for casual scoring that it's not even funny. So you have to, like... everything pivoting around hitting your second score-based extend as well. It's a weird fucking thing. It's Overgun starts on stage 3 because plot. I know there's some plot.
The 2 of dots. The player is north.
I have looked into that a small amount.
Last match, we saw a very impressive win. This match is sure to have just as many opportunities.
This is messy.
Let's see how this battle unfolds.
What the hell are you?
One step in the right direction.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
The player
all right, this is immediately. I don't know what this
make a
person is
huge
doing. Like, that's not normal. You're not being normal.
Doubled up on a tile that was just discarded. The player on the right continues to discard symbols.
Proto Ikaruga. Yeah, seems legit. What is... Okay. Wait, what are you doing? Those were all what?
Another useless draw.
Huh?
Any calls on this? Took a pass for now. Oh, wow.
I'm
and
just
there's a
staring
call.
in disbelief. I don't even... What could they possibly be doing?
Who's going to pull away from the pack?
Match 3 mechanics are how you level up your 7
What to
different
do with
weapons.
this
You need to
tile?
understand how to use the chanting
Still
mechanics to
holding
even
back.
jump in. Ah, it's one of those. Okay, Is this person just discarding right to left? Is that what's going... Are you... What?
How are the players going to approach this hand? The player across makes
Okay.
a call on another crack.
So
Underside
4 Dora hand.
No one dares to make the first move. The player. Is it time for a call? Making a move here. The player. One tile to Tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
Kind of a mess right now because I have no fucking clue what this person is doing.
The player on the
I'm
left.
thinking too much about
A very
that.
Swift win off the wall.
That was a very quiet start.
The
Dama against whatever the fuck that
The
was,
Dora
huh?
is the 7
I can
of
respect
cracks. The player is west. The player on the left is in first.
The point leader is not terribly far away.
This is not an easy spot
Maybe I
to
should
work
have
around.
kept this as a safe tile. It's kind of wild. Maybe I'll do that with South.
Any calls on this? Took a pass for now.
Maybe that was worth calling for Janta? Without a pair, though. Because the pair is always the hardest part. Zhang at the hours in the morning. IDK if this is less old man or more old man. Is it? I feel like actual old people are asleep at this hour. See, and now they're discarding normally.
Who's going to make the first? What to do? Still holding back.
Like, what was it? Fuck. I don't know how
Oh,
far
wow,
I want
and
to
there's
pursue
a call.
this. That's a little spicy. Pinzu looked not great at the
One
moment.
step in the wrong direction. The player. Is it time for a
I
call?
don't have
Still no
a
call.
whole lot to pursue at the moment, so I'm kind of okay just dancing
This
around a
south
little
could
bit.
be kept as a safe tile.
This is past the
Doubled
time
up on a
old men
tile
wake
that was
up.
just discarded.
Perhaps? Fucking West Coaster vibe, huh? It's fucking 1:30 over here.
The player, 2 tiles to Tempai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
I mean, I guess it's Chitoitsu. Anything can be Chitoitsu if you believe. I just don't like this very much, though. If it's Chitoitsu, then throwing this is fine, right?
The air is very tense. There it is. The player on the right takes a beating.
With a fine play, no doubt about it.
ドライオンワンラン
So the wrong read, but I was right to be a little bit skeptical.
East
What the hell's going on
the
over there?
Dora is Red Dragon. The player is South.
You still doing skill
I'd like
editing
to see
shit,
some
Haley?
tile drawing magic here.
The stage is set. Anything can happen.
Alright, normal so far. Maybe the
What's
East
going
first
to
in that
happen to
situation.
this score gap?
Shut up.
The player, 2 tiles to Tempai.
This is the point
1, 2,
where
3,
skill
4
really
pairs.
conquers in.
Any calls on the took a pass for now.
Yeah, I'll actually throw center tiles for now. I don't know. I'm working on a Valorant frag movie. Excellent.
The player, is there any way to turn the tables here?
Are you still getting whiplashed by Sonic Runners? Yep. There it is. I don't know whether I want to abandon all chance of this hand proceeding normally. Burned a lot of time thinking about that. Bleh.
This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop. What to do with this tile? Still holding back. Things are at a standstill. The player on the left continues to discard simples.
Is this?
Maybe it is better to hold back.
Alright,
Oh,
fuck it.
wow, and there's a call.
We call, we ball. Not how I expected this to progress. I think I can still throw danger for a
The
bit.
player on the right misses a turn.
Tanyao,
The
Do you
player
believe in
refuses
dreams?
to compromise. The new Dora is 7 bam. 1 step in the wrong direction. The player across.
It's okay.
discards
This is
another
only
dot.
worth pursuing if I do it this way. I definitely am not smoking crack. I have no time right now.
Have things calmed. The player. Is it top still? No calls.
What?
The
All right.
player across made a call there. Uh-oh, East has declared Beach.
All
Gotta
right,
be
we're done.
cautious against an East Beach.
The question is, can the player survive
No
this
chance here, right?
situation?
Well, we did just advance.
Draws yet another simple.
Maybe it is
The
better
Easts
to hold back
might be
without any
okay.
red dragons visible.
The 4 was dodgy, but... Yeah, better... Whoa!
I hear a roan.
This will be a repeat
I did
of
my
East.
best.
リーチダブトンドライオンバネマル
Alright.
East 3, 1 counter. The Dora is the 7 of cracks.
All right.
The player is South.
It's
The
time to
player on
ruin the game
left
for
is in
everyone else
first.
participating.
Somebody needs to put a stop to this madness.
What's needed is a roan off the point
It is
leader.
time to
Now,
cause problems
let's
on
watch how
purpose.
things develop. Any calls on this?
Tanyao,
The player makes a call out of nowhere. What to do with this? Took a pass for now. 1 step in the wrong direction.
Regular hands are no longer enough. Also, I kind of don't care
Looking
about
for a
this
way to
event, so I
rise
feel
from
like
the
it's
dead
okay to
here.
fuck around.
The player, Is it time?
今よ
The player already calls a second meld.
What could this person be going for?
The player on the left.
I don't know,
continues
guys.
to
I just
discard
can't figure it
symbols.
out. It's too complicated for me.
パス
The player on the right. Here we have a con. The new Dora is 8 crack.
High ball.
The player on the left calls north, but it's not a Yaku.
High ball.
The player on the left.
Toy
That's
toy?
a pwn.
Fascinating. I do not care.
リーチ
My, oh my, and there's the beach.
Between a rock and a hard place.
Question is, can the player survive this
All right.
situation?
The player
No
on
sense
the right
defending,
is
but I don't
discarding
actually
that
want
high ball.
that, so...
The player on the left.
Fucking of course
That's
you
a
would have
pwn.
that.
Excellent.
All right.
Evasive action. What's going to happen to this score gap?
Can I get anything out of this situation?
The player's
Or is it just
going
all
for
bad?
it.
That tile made it through.
The player. Is there any way to turn the tables here? Not giving up on this one. Safe.
Everything is
Draws
fucking
yet
disgusting
another
now.
symbol. All right. Here
All
goes.
right.
Nice push. The player.
I got a
One
bad
tile
vibe
to
from
Tenpai.
this.
It's important.
今よ
The player. Tenpai.
ロン
Ah, jeez. The player suffers an unexpected
Happens.
loss.
With a fine play. No doubt about it.
Alright, put me out of my misery.
リーチドラドラバンダム
Turn it off. Get me out. Alright. What the fuck are these anyway? They added this shit to the game and I still have no clue what the fucking deal with it is. Alright, well whatever it is, I got it to stop shit posting at me. What the fuck is... Blink twice if you're being held hostage, artists. Yeah, alright. Tag yourself from the dolphin plushie. The night BG. Let's see. That does actually look pretty good. Apparently it's in EX background too. Someday, but not today, I will roll more BGM gacha. Alright. It is time for the free room grind.
始めるわよ
Operation Don't Play Like Shit for No Reason.
East 1. The Dora is the 9 of dots. The player is East.
I'd love to see some tile drawing magic here.
Huh.
Let's see how this battle unfolds.
Nine so is kind of bad.
Who's going to make the first call here? Any calls on this topic? Take a pass for now.
Huh. Okay.
The player is already one tile to Tenpai.
There's the pair.
This hand is very near completion.
What to do with this tile? Still holding back.
I like how the announcer is voiced entirely in English, but the whole UI isn't.
Still no call.
The announcer is from, like... both the commentators are from the English version of this game, which existed for a very brief period of time and had, like,
This table
no
is
gacha
so
content or
quiet, I can hear a
collabs.
pin drop.
That's a pretty cool way for my hand to light up, I gotta say.
リーチよ。
There it is! Neach!
That is a very confident reach.
They killed it pretty fast. Probably because
The player on the right is on the defense.
they had nuked
against
it to the
player's
point where it
Neach.
wasn't, like, interesting as a client anymore.
Chasing Neach!
There are
This is a
some
neat
fucking
shootout.
features in it that I
There's only
kinda
one
miss,
winner
though.
in a Neach
I've seen
shootout.
footage of it where these,
The player. Can this hand withstand
these
the
fucking
heat?
keyboard guides at the bottom of the screen here are replaced with the actual numerical value of the tile.
Who's going to
Because
pull
this fucking
away
1,
from
2,
the
3, 4,
pack?
5 business. This is like the fucking arcade mahjong layout where it's just 14 buttons in a row, and I have no idea how anyone uses that shit, but
How are the
apparently
players
it's
going to approach?
popular enough to merit
ツモよ。
that particular amount of UI space.
Spectacular draw!
Takes the lead in the race.
The player takes a modest lead.
Can't talk today. Hello.
リーズモ
It's not that interesting.
East
It was
one.
just
One
fast.
counter. The Dora is the 3 of bands. The player is East. The
I
player
believe it's
finished
touchscreen,
the
but it
last
also
hand
has the
quick and
traditional
dirty.
buttons, if I recall
Taking a modest
correctly.
lead with that one.
This is not an easy spot to work around.
Alright, well, the thing about terrible starting hands is that they're very easy to improve. Cope. So,
The player on the left makes a call out of nowhere. The player one
could have
step
saved
in
this
the right
as a
direction.
100% save
The next
file. I
few
need to. I
tiles could make a huge
used to do that a
difference.
lot and then
Draws
stopped, and I don't
yet
remember
another
why.
Simple. The player on a roll.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
Our Trafita crossbeats cab into a mahjong machine. I wish our fucking round 1 had mahjong
Probably
games.
looking to
Fuck.
block that east for quite a while.
I'd play this in an arcade for absolutely no justifiable reason. You know, it links with the home version, but it has different fucking unlockable
The
cosmetic
player,
tracks.
2 tiles to Tempai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
I'm not even sure if there's still a crossbeats at our location.
Player on the left.
Chrono
Calls
Circle
on
got
this time.
banished to the
Good
area
pass
next
for
to the
now.
fucking door. And I haven't decided how to feel about that yet, because I actually think I like Chrono Circle.
The player
I feel
is
like I just
already one
admitted something
tile to
embarrassing.
Tempai.
This hand looks nothing like it did at the start.
The player on the right
I heard our
continues
round
to
1 is putting one of the
discard
cats
symbols.
halfway to the Linda's bathroom. Real.
何よ。
The player. Here we have a con. The new Dora is 1 crack.
I want to like Gitadora so bad, and when I'm playing drums, I do. Although I'm terrible at it.
No one
But I
dares to
cannot
make
get the
first
fucking
move.
hang of guitar or bass. It's like,
Look at that.
it just doesn't jive with my brain.
リーチよ。
4-7 has a way better sumo chance,
That
even
is a
if
very
the
confident
East is
reach.
kind of tricky.
The player across decides to match the player's discard.
Whoa.
Here goes.
ツモよ。
Guess who was right?
What a spectacular draw!
A very impressive
Easy
finish.
clap.
The player is not letting up.
I really like the song selection in Gitadora. That's like,
一発ツモ
that's the entire draw for me, 100%. But like, if I want to play a Bamani rhythm game where I like almost all of the songs, I can just play
2
2DX.
counters. The Dora is the 2 of cracks. The player
And,
is
like,
East.
actually
The
understand how to play
player is
it.
coming off a spectacular hand. The stage is set. Anything can happen.
Jet World is the real shit. 100 emoji. Ah, that's ugly. Oh well.
Things are at a standstill.
I used to play 2DX even though the songs were too EDM for my taste. It's changed considerably in the last
tense
years,
as the
though.
players take their turns.
It's like-
another useless draw.
It showed up on my radar around, like, Tricoro,
Any calls? I'll take a pass for now.
which felt wrong coming out of my
This
mouth
hand
because
is
pronunciation
going
is a
nowhere.
fuck. You guys see that fucking video? of Toby Fox talking to a Japanese audience about the indie games that have had influences on his work, and in the middle of like a perfect Japanese accent, he switches to fucking Toho Project. Like the most American dialect possible.
Who's going to make
Okay.
the first call here?
Just as long as we've all seen that. I couldn't let anyone go on for longer without seeing it.
The player
I'm gonna
is
stubbornly
already
hang
one
on to
tile
this.
to Tenpai.
It's important to find the best.
Oh wow, and there's a call.
Have you seen the version of that with the hosts of the event on
What to do
camera?
with this tile?
No, I
Still
haven't.
Holding back.
Tell me the reaction's amazing. Yes.
The air is very tense at this moment. The player is it top? Still no calls.
Yeah, I know a lot of 2DX old
The
heads
player on
don't
the
like
left
the song
continues
list
to
now,
discard simples.
but like, I don't know, I could do without Nanahira ever appearing in a rhythm game ever again, but apart from that, I don't really find a lot to
Things
dislike
calm
about
down for the
scrolling the
moment.
song select wheel from the last, like, 10 iterations of the game. I'm gonna be stubborn about this, actually.
How are the players going to approach? My, oh my, and there's the niche!
Probably wants to
Do I
avoid
have
taking
anything to
risks
defend
while
with,
in the lead.
really?
Question is, can the players survive this situation?
It's more that, like,
One
it's a
step in the
dubious
wrong direction.
one-shanten, and I'm
The
leading,
player
so I
on
don't
the
really
right.
feel the need
Here
to
we
push
have a
for a
cheat.
lot.
That kills the Ippatsu.
Do I have anything?
This
Can
cat
throw a
complete
terminal, I
an open
guess.
way on the left.
Japanese guy who was raised in Sweden or something is so
Is
fluent
this
in
hand
English.
going to end
Oh man,
quiet?
and when the fucking loan words come out, it just rules, huh?
The
That,
player's
oh,
going for
that's
it.
not what I wanted to
Oh,
throw. I
maybe
fucking, I'm out of time.
Not giving
This shit
up on
always
this one.
happens when I'm
Save.
fucking streaming. I clearly should have thrown the 5 months because it clears 3 tiles for me if it goes through.
Who will seize the win this hand? Draws yet another simple.
I guess.
Nobody wins this shootout.
I'll pay out.
Two
It's fine.
players are Tenpai.
Wow, that was a dog shit wait. Well, says you will get baseline Yateru in your rhythm game and you are going to like it. I
East
actually
two,
won't
three
is the
counters.
crazy
The
thing.
Dora is east. The player is north.
The answer
The
may
player
surprise you.
is in the lead, at least for
It's
the
like-
moment.
The players in second place and below still have their sights set on first.
What the
Now,
fuck is
let's
going
watch how
That's a
things
new
develop.
announcer line.
Look
That's kind of
at
weird.
that red dragon. The player, one step in the right direction.
The
What
next
the
few
fuck?
tiles
What was I
could
gonna
make a
say?
huge
I have-
difference.
You can watch me mentally degrading in real time as I try to think about 2 things at once. What the hell was
The
I gonna
player,
say?
2 tiles to Tenpai.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
Anyway, F to Waka, even though you can still play it, and even though all the fucking
Who
expert
will
and
come out on
fucked up
top in
difficulties
this
are unlocked in the
confrontation?
offline patch, which makes it a better game than actually trying to play it with a card. Unfortunately, I can't play that game without my settings, and it takes like 45 seconds to dial them all in, so...
Whatever happens, it'll be something to talk about.
It's like, it takes a bit to dial in settings on Chunitham as well, but it's like not
The
that
player
bad.
is already 1 tile. The player on the right, that's a pwn.
Mostly I'm here to... What?
I hear a roan.
Oh,
was
it
a
was the
speed
first
finish.
overflow tile. I was checked out.
Fight for first
I
place
deserve
is
it.
getting-
I deserve it. It's my fault.
East 2, 4 counters. The Dora is the 8 of dots. The player is north. How does this starting hand look to you?
This could turn into a
Yeah,
very
I
big
do
hand.
scroll
Is this a battle
speed,
that can be won?
judge position, both flavors of early, late, and background filter. So it's a bit of an interface grind considering the animations are kind of slow, but
range.
could be worse.
Look at that Dora. The player.
So that's what happens in the talk about rhythm games where I play the old
Cracks
person
are
game.
really coming together.
The data enjoyer has logged on.
This tape. Any calls on this tile?
It's not like my prospects in other suits are dismal or anything.
Draws yet another simple.
I'll make that exchange.
Things are at a standstill. The player.
It's
is
insane
already
how
one
I went
tile
for
to
so
10
long
live.
thinking I was
This hand is
dog
very
shit
near
at 2DX
completion.
timing. Like, I just wasn't good enough for the fucking super tight P-grade window that the game
This
has.
tile. Pick a pass for now.
And then I played on a lightning cab with ASIO audio, and I'm like, oh no, previous iterations of the game were just objectively not very
The
good.
player on the right continues to discard simples.
That's what I was gonna talk
Doubled up
about.
on the Dora.
Fucking dance around. What is dance around? What? Dude, the menu aesthetics of fucking 2DX
Still holding
are
back.
actually just on a different level. I had to fucking rip some shit
The
out of
player
Pendule for
across
real.
drops a pair. Still no calls.
Like, Nekomata Master for United States President, it's not even close.
Decided that cracks aren't worth chasing.
Isaac actually makes a good point. Did you just have Sigma ready on your clipboard?
Who's going to make
Get
the
some
first
wacky
call
Unicode
here?
stuff dialed in? I need to go get a video of T-posing on,
No one dares
Dance
to
around.
make the first move.
I've had arcade on the brain recently, as you can probably tell. And, Dance Around takes up so much space on our new floor layout, and everyone ignores it.
The air is very
It's
tense at this
just not very good. I'm not sure what to tell anyone.
リーチよ
moment. Hanemon Tenpai!
This is kind of a shitty tempai, but I
The
feel like it's
player
worth
across
taking like this.
decides to match the player's
It
discard.
could have been Dama, though. But I don't think I had a specific reason to Dama it.
Who will arise
Maybe that's
victorious
my
this
fault.
time?
And maybe there is a
Player
reason
on
to
the
Dama
left
this, but I'm
is
not
assuming
sure.
that it's an open weight. The player across the table won't be taking risks here.
The player on the left is on the defense against the
Yeah,
player's
Dance Around
heat.
is just, like,
The
worse
player.
DRS.
Can this hand withstand the heat?
And, like, my opinion of DRS already was not super high, primarily because
Amazing!
2 songs for 1 credit is Highway Robbery.
What an incredible finish. The player.
I'm simply blown away.
リーズモタイヤオドライオンバネマン
Alright, we're back in it.
East 3. The Dora is north.
2 songs for
The
1 credit is
player
what Sound
is
Voltex
west.
does, and it can end your credit early when you fail.
The player
Every
is
machine
coming
at our
off a
round 1
spectacular
has
hand.
premium
Moving
start
into
available
first
for 1
place,
credit.
At least for the moment.
So,
Let's see how this
geography issue
battle unfolds.
Destiny. 3 songs plus extra on Sound Voltex. I wonder if that's a
The
thing the
player on
operator
the
can just
right
configure,
drops a pair.
or if there's some kind of fucking agreement
The
required.
player, 2 tiles to Tenpai.
Shit like
This
the
hand is
Waka
really
operator menu needs a passcode.
Draws yet another simple.
Tax stickers. Aha.
The air is tense as the players take
That
their
would
turns.
do it. Maybe I shouldn't have cut that fucking 3-mon, actually. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs.
Who's going to make the first call here?
But this is also... Alright, fine. Fine.
This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop.
Frog, does Terote have multi-credit bonuses? I'm so fucking pissed because every
Thanks
pinball
are
machine
at
at
a
round
standstill.
1 is configured fucking 3 credits for 2 swipes, except for 1.
The player is already 1 tile to Tenpai.
And it's the fucking best one. Well, the one that's in the best working
Probably
order,
wants
I
to avoid
guess.
Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now.
The player on the right has discarded that tile.
Chuni is very quiet at our location. Waka is actually still super loud.
There it is.
No
The
clue
player
why.
on the left takes a
DDR,
beating.
lots of
Fine
people.
play. No
Pump,
doubt about it.
less people, but still some
The
people. I
player
like
on
the
the
fucking
right is now a contender
Pump
for
Double X
first place.
cab design a lot more than the Ace cabs, by the way. Bigger screen, flashier lights. I don't know.
East 4. The Dora is the 7 of cracks. The player is south. Heading into the final hand
Yeah,
of the
fucking
match.
Terote
The
has
player
multi-swipe.
is
I'm gonna
in
have to look
first
into that.
And will normally play the hand fast.
Is this a lead that can be defended?
Swear to God, this game is about watching people slam pieces until they start getting godly powers and bright
The
lights
air
and
is
numbers
tense
pop
as
up.
The players take their turns.
Do I dare mention the Saki Pachinko while Frog is in the room? Do we just automatically
Who's going
derail?
to make the first call here?
I don't know what the webcam on Pump Caps is for. There's a fucking camera on Terote as well, right? There's something that sure
Calls
looks
on
like a
this time
camera.
of the pass for now.
Maybe Pump has a fucking camera for, like, event stuff or lineouts or I don't know what. Wow, this game really does want me to Shitoi, huh?
This table is so quiet. I can
Oh yeah,
hear a
fuck, I
pin
think I asked this and somebody answered before regarding Terote. Eye tracking. That's
Player,
so
what to do with this
insane.
tile? Still holding
Think
back.
about how insane that is. I'm just gonna throw center
The
tiles and
player
chill
on
out.
the right discards another bound. The player. Is it time for a call? Still no calls.
For what it's worth, regarding like staying on machines, the
players
best
are
maintained
already
round one I have
visualizing their
ever
winning
been to
hands. The player
had fucking
is
posted
already
signs
one
on a
tile
lot
to
of machines
10-5.
explaining
Certain
what a
tiles will
card
fit right
line
into
was.
this hand. Others will
That
gradually
makes me so
transform it.
fucking happy.
Oh, making a move here.
Dude, yeah, Waka data apparently
The
went up
player
super fast.
misses
I've
a
been seeing
turn.
people talk about it. I see Waka VR on GitHub. But setting up Sega games looks like a nightmare, especially if you're not on the right
How
places.
are the
So,
players going
judge.
to approach this hand?
Huh. I'm good, but okay.
Look at that!
Yeah, sure.
リーチよ
There it is! Leech!
The player on the right.
The round one
is
in
a
Grapevine,
sim that
Texas,
beats
where you can scan a
The
QR code at
player
the Tycho
across.
Cab for an
Here
Inger
we
link
have a
explaining
cheat.
all
that
the
kills the
menus.
Tatsu.
That's such a good idea, actually. I feel like everybody should do that.
No one. Oh my!
Thank you.
なんよ
There it is! The player on the left takes a beating.
A very impressive finish. A spectacular finish.
I'm simply blown away!
連品 E フェ
Alright, I escape with my life in the first place. Pretty decent yield for first at this rank. I saw someone else with a tuned vehicle in Wengen for the first time ever the other day. And both me and Frey sat down, hit refuse versus, and played story
East one.
instead.
The Dora
Because
is the
fuck if
7
I'm gonna
of
try to
bands.
drive against
The
somebody
player
with
is
760 horsepower
The player,
when they can't
last
even
match
fucking
we saw a
handicap
very
themselves.
impressive win. This match is sure to have just as many opportunities.
That game gets so much
Let's
better the
see
faster
how
your
this
car
battle
is, by the way.
unfolds.
I want to be
player, one
upset
step
that everything's
in the right
behind the
direction.
tuning grind,
This hand
but
is really
despite the
beginning to come
absolutely
together.
horrible, god-awful story translation, I kind of appreciate the story experience anyway. Like, the AI is ludicrously and grievously rigged, but the structure of the story is actually kind of cool.
Took a pass for now. What to do with this still holding back?
I'm at like mission 30-something at this point, and weaving through traffic got hard,
Wow,
which
and
is
there's
weird.
a call. Who will come out on top in this confrontation?
This is the Mahjong special. I get on to play this game and talk about other games the entire time.
The player, 2 tiles to tempo.
This says a
The
lot
cracks are
about
really
our
coming
society.
together.
Alright, these are kind of spicy.
The player on the right made a call there.
I feel like that's probably Tenpai.
My, oh
That's definitely
my,
Tenpai.
and
There's
the
no need to be
leech.
confused
I'm
about
curious
it.
to see if this develops into a confrontation.
Will it be possible to catch up here?
The
To
player
turn off
on
my
the
night
left
shift,
has
apparently.
discarded that tile.
The player is still no calls.
What the hell are we doing?
The player, 1 tile to tempo.
This hand is very near completion.
There it is. The player across suffers an
Fair enough.
unexpected loss.
The player on the left, a very favorable start.
The
Dude,
player
I'm
on
fucking,
the left
I'm so
takes
tired
a
of speed
modest
gimmicks.
lead.
I'm so tired of getting jump scared by songs in DDR because I don't notice the fucking banner at the top that says BPM 140 to 400.
The player is west.
And then you actually
player on
like
the
hear the
left is
song
in first.
and it's constant
At the moment, this
BPM.
is
It's just
anyone's
that the
game.
chart
This
is annoying for
not
no
an
reason.
Easy spot to work around.
DDR, why do you fucking do this to me? I figured out that Pomp had fucking M mod and just about
What's going
started
to
jumping
happen
for
to
joy
this
in the middle of my
score gap?
fucking room. I want to go full speed gimmick accelerationist actually.
Is there
I think
any way
every
to
single
turn
chart
the
should be
tables
fucking
here?
polyrhythm. I think you should just have to memorize everything. Fuck it.
Took a pass for now. This table is so quiet.
CS,
I can
2DX,
hear a
like
pin
fucking
drop.
cheat codes for normalized. That's so
The player,
fucking wacky
2
because
tiles
even
to
now
10.
in modern
The next
2DX,
two
like
tiles could make a
floating
huge
high
difference.
speed exists, but it's fucking confusing and annoying to access. You have
The
to go into
player
an
across
elective
drops
optional
a pair.
mode to even like get scroll speed that stays consistent from fixed BPM song to fixed BPM song.
Any calls on this tile? Still holding
God
back.
help you if it changes. This is a lie. God will not help you at all. So, Toy Toy? Sananko?
Things are at a standstill.
I did not see that intro. Wolves. I feel like I probably have some inkling of what it looks like.
The player is already 1 tile.
It feels weird to get around in shape here, but
My, oh my, and there's the leech.
I'm curious to see if this develops into a confrontation.
Will it be possible
this isn't
to
much
catch up
value. There's one visible Dora.
here? The perfect tile.
I think I'll take the fucking
Leech,
Sentai
yeah?
though.
Chasing leech. Oh wow, and there's a call.
It's not a
This hand
dire
is now
way.
a guaranteed 2-han.
There it is. The player on the right suffers an unexpected loss.
This will be a repeat
Everybody's
beast.
fucking scary at this table, I guess. It's a crazy banner, by the way. That guy is either super high ranked or has a lot of money. Can't tell.
The 8 of dots. The player
Possibly both.
is west.
I'd love to see some tile drawing magic here.
The stage is set. anything can happen. The player across makes a call.
Were any of you guys
out
ever part of
nowhere.
fucking Guitar Hero discourse that came down to like, is hyperspeed cheating or not?
The player, one step in the right direction.
God
This is
damn,
the
my
point
friends
where
are
skill
fucking
really
stupid.
factors in.
I was stupid too. I was probably way stupider, but
The player on a roll.
god damn.
This hand is really beginning
It
to come
defines
together.
songs beginning with a specific letter and press select. Ha! That kind of owns, but it also kind of sucks.
What's going to happen to this score gap?
I feel like one of the earliest pieces of 2DX media I
The
ever
player
interacted
across
with was some
continues
fucking
to
guy
discard
playing like
symbols.
Mendez Black Another on a DualShock.
Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for
And I
now.
remember just rewatching that video over and over again in fucking disbelief. Like, how would
The
anyone
player,
even
two
do
tiles
this?
to Tempai.
The next few tiles could make.
The player across already calls a second meld.
There's a Smash set like that too that I feel really strongly about.
What to do with this tile? Still
From the
holding
fucking
back.
Isaiah Goes to Japan arc.
The player across
Playing
discards
Falcon
another
versus 358's Fox. I had that fucking video downloaded onto my fucking iPod Nano
band. The player.
so I could
Is
rewatch
time
it.
For a call? Still no call.
Because it was like my introduction to the idea that somebody could be like ridiculously mind-numbingly good at Super Smash Bros.
The player across made a call there.
That was like coming out of the fucking woods of like, I don't know, I beat all my friends.
The player. Is there any way to turn the tables here? The player. One tile to Tempai.
This hand looks nothing like
This
it
is a
did at the start.
shitty hand. But hopefully the Pinzu complete first, so it'll at least be Pinfu. I don't know, I feel like classically I'm not even supposed to
How are
fucking
the
pursue
players
this.
going to approach this hand?
Especially like, is that dealer Tempai? They're cutting terminals. I gotta be careful around fucking edge tiles at least.
No one dares to make the first move.
The Awesome Sauce controller video. Dude, I've been looking at the
The
fucking
air
new
is
8-bit
very
Do
tense
controller,
at
with
this
the one with the
moment.
Hall
The
effect
player
stick,
across
staring at it like,
bears up on the
could
Dora.
this be the last controller I ever have to buy? Knowing full well that that is just not fucking true. Maybe I should have called that just for Tenpai, I don't know.
Is this hand going to end quietly?
Mod to replace the face buttons with bullet case? What? Have other people heard of this? This is a
Who
first
will
for me.
seize the win this hand?
リーチよ
Alright.
There it is,
Pinfu Tenpai,
Peach.
I'm gonna be stubborn about it.
The player
I'm gonna
on the
stay
right
in.
decides to match the player.
Alright.
Jeez.
Just take the
across.
tempo, it's
What
fine.
an incredible win off the wall.
This will be a repeat of East.
立つ金番
Spicy indeed. I wouldn't have guessed Onitsu after those early
East two,
6-month
two
cuts.
counters. The Dora is the 9 of dots. The player is west. How
Jonathan
does
doesn't
this
use
starting
Bezier
hand
curves
look
for
to
any
you?
curved
This
slides.
starting
It's
hand is
manually
certainly
curved with
very
control
competitive.
points.
Now, let's watch how things develop.
That's pretty hot.
What's going to happen to this score gap?
I just a crumb of points, sir. Just a
The player,
smidge.
2 tiles to Tempai.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
Am I gonna regret clicking on this fucking link?
Look at that Dora.
Why would anyone ever actually unironically use this?
Any calls on this tile?
Fucking suction cup attached to a
Take a
cut-up
pass for
casing. What do I even want to do with this?
The player. Is there any way to turn the
Trigger
tables
0,
here?
huh? I feel like I'm being advertised to. Wow, this front end, this
The
is
air
one of the
tense
worst
as
shot
the
front
players
ends
take their turns.
I've ever seen. This is like the live, laugh, love of controller modding.
Who's going to
Custom
make the
Nintendo
first
Switch Pro
call
controller
here?
in Sakura Pink with white buttons from $140. Sign me up! Wait, that's before... That's just for the
Another
shell?
useless draw. The player on the right.
Well, the
drops
controller
a
comes
pair.
with, but like... There's not like... Back paddle mods or 140s just for the paint job?
This table is so
Dude.
quiet I could hear a pin drop. What to do with this tile? Still holding back. I see storm clouds on the horizon.
Gross.
Things are at a standstill.
Alright, I've been stubbornly holding on to this door
The
off for
player,
10,000
one tile
years.
to Tempai.
Certain tiles will fit right into this hand. Others will gradually transform it.
The player. Is it time for a call? Still no calls.
Now I'm scrolling the fucking 8BitDo website. Is it really only the fucking Bluetooth version of this controller that comes in
Calm
pink?
down
Not the
for the moment.
2.4G, not the wired version, but only... No, it's the,
Who will arise
Which
victorious
one of
this time?
Which one of these has the fucking Hall effect sticks? God, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills right now. What the fuck?
We're witnessing a tense push. My, oh my, and there's the niche.
There are any number of responses here.
Will
It's
it
like,
be
here are the
possible to
things
catch up here?
that I want in a controller, right?
リーチよ
Chasing beach.
I want no rubber, because it will inevitably degrade or grease up with fucking oil from your hands. I want
Is this
at
ad
least
going
2
to end
fucking back
quietly?
buttons. Like paddle style.
Three-player
Okay.
niche.
Hold
Take
on.
a gamble here.
There's
minute.
only one.
Fucking whatever.
The player on the left.
Ah.
What an incredible win off the wall.
With a fine
Alright.
play. No doubt about it.
リーチ一発ツモチートイ最低バネマン
That is the weirdest Hanemon. But yeah, paddles, no rubber, Xbox stick layout, and I don't have to buy another one in the next fucking 2
East
years.
3. The Dora is the 9 of dots. The player is south. How does this
It would
starting
be
hand
cool
look
if it
to
was
you?
The
pink.
question is, where's the red dragon
And like,
hiding?
no rubber
Is this a battle
is where
that can be
everybody
won?
making reasonable quality controllers seems to get fucking horribly hung up. They just don't get it.
The player already.
And
two
I don't get
tiles
why
to
they don't
Tempai.
get it.
This hand
Because,
is really beginning to
like,
come together.
it's the most obvious shit ever. Rubber is obviously and objectively bad to have on a controller.
What's going to happen to this score gap?
I think I'd probably care more about gyro if I were ever inclined to, like, play a game that needs 3D camera control with a gamepad.
The player. Is there any way
It
to
doesn't
turn the
happen
tables
never,
here?
but when it does, I never need the precision that gyro has.
Things are at a standstill.
Would it be on the back pedal? Yeah, paddles. I prefer bumpers there, because I don't like having to fucking move my index fingers.
The
I want to
air
be
is
able to
tense as the
independently
players
use
take their turns.
bumpers and triggers without worrying about one locking out the other.
Any calls on this tile?
And I have never
pass
held a
for now.
controller comfortably while
The player
doing the
is
fucking
already
middle
one
fingers
tile
on
to
triggers
Tempai.
business.
What to do with this tile?
No, I think
holding
I'll
back.
stay in the running for Cheetoy here. Fuck it.
going
Hey.
to make the first call here.
Welcome back. Appreciate it. Long time no see. How have you been? Thank you for your irresponsible
This table is
spending.
So quiet. The player. Is it time for
Did I
a
get
call?
quieter?
Still no
I definitely
calls.
didn't make it quieter. Maybe I'm just desensitized.
How are the players going to approach this hand?
Like for cart, I use paddles for scoreboard and for look
No
backward.
one dares to make the first move.
Fucking look backward seems to be getting more important by the day in ring racers, so... You keep streaming when I am in bed. I'm sorry, I was fucking
The air
working
is
all day.
Very tense at this moment.
And I'll blow off some steam, play some Mahjong, figure out I could open up OBS while I was doing it. But like... Sometimes
Have things
collaborating
calmed down for the moment.
involves like normal human hours getting blocked up. As tragic as that is.
Who will seize the win this hand?
I think I have scoreboard close at hand because
The
in
player
V1,
across drops a pair.
my usual reaction to seeing anyone on my screen is to go, who the fuck is that? If I don't recognize them by color and character.
That's the last tile. Any takers?
Ring racers actually having fucking working nameplates mitigates that need somewhat.
Who will arise victorious this time?
Yeah, I also have that horrible habit of like compulsively hitting tab in fucking FPS games. It feels like it
We're
looks
witnessing
ragey,
intense
you know?
Push and pull.
Like, what do people think of me when I immediately tab to scoreboard every single time I die? Because I don't need that information.
Is this hand?
Everyone
The
knows
player
I
on
don't
the
need that
left.
information.
And there we have the first call.
Well, that was particularly uninteresting. There's... Shut up. That is not a real call delay. What the fuck? Shut up.
Whatever
Thank you.
wins this shootout.
Only the player on the left
Fuck.
is Tenpai.
Time to derail raid prog for Yaku showing. Oh yeah, I did fucking first lockout, well half a lockout of P5S today.
East 4, one counter. The Dora is
Got
west.
to enrage
The player
in
is
about an
east.
hour.
Heading into the final hand of the match.
The player has one final
And
chance
thankfully
to
it
make a
wasn't an
big
enrage
move.
because people don't know how to hit
It's hard to
buttons. It
know
was an
just
enrage
how
because
this will turn out.
we fucking potatoed after Ruby 5.
The player across makes it. Any calls on this? Pick a pass for now.
It seems like maybe I'm crazy, but P5
What's going to
seems a
happen
lot
to
like
this
Eden
score
Prime.
gap?
Like, obvious, I teleport to the corner, get behind me, attack aside. It's like just the same fucking thing over and over, just with slightly different
The
rules
player.
attached to
Is
it.
there any way to turn the tables here? The player, 2 tiles to Tenpai.
The bands are really coming together.
It's like literally the same mechanic like 6 times in the fight. And I like Savage fights that, like, aren't afraid to reuse
Players
their
are already
pieces.
visualizing their winning
Imagine
hand.
if Proto Carbuncle did this cutscene in Savage like Eden Prime.
Another useless draw.
I'm glad they learned their lesson, but I will die mad. I will die
Who will
angry
come out on
about the
top
fact
in this
that
confrontation?
they had the best fucking scripted moment
The
of
player
any
on the
normal
right,
raid
just what
in
to do with this
E8S,
tile.
and it
Still
goes
holding back.
completely unused in the Savage version. And instead of
see
having the
storm
fucking
clouds on the
crazy
horizon.
fucking burn it down moment with music
player.
reaching a fever
Time
pitch,
for a
everybody
call.
shouting their best
Making
anime
a move
lines,
here.
whatever the fuck.
This lifts a heavy burden.
Instead, the fight just kind of ends. There's nothing that brings all the disparate mechanics together.
The air is very tense at this moment.
Fucking Akmorans are always isolated. Fucking ice slides always
The player
isolated.
across made a call there.
Tethers and orbs always isolated. Mirrors always isolated. Nothing ever fucking comes together. It's missing, like, a Cycles style in Rage.
Have things calmed down for the moment?
And I have pitched the exact way they could have done that while keeping the fucking,
The player
Savior of the
across
Day Gaia
has a
moment. I have pitched that countless times. Well, it says FF14 made me elf racist. Alright, because you started in
How are the
Gridania.
players- The
Congrats!
player across.
You're a
Here we
racist
have a
now.
con. The new Dora is 4 crack.
Reddit AMA, I hate dusk whites.
My oh my,
Fucking-
and there's the beach.
There really is,
There are
like,
any
everything
number
that
of
happens in
responses here.
Gridania.
Will it be possible to catch up here? The player, Tempai. There it is. The player on the right takes a beating.
With a
Alright,
fine
well, I
play.
didn't
No
die,
doubt about it.
but...
トイトイトンハクドラバネマン
Alright, the rating speaks for itself, I guess. That guy fucking died. What do you think of setting SRB2 card item for a lift on this?
今日は特別よ
Okay. So, you've got to set throw to lift and back plus item to slam. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's 2 flavors of fucking Elysian racism. Anyway, please ponder that information amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Are you gonna fucking do the thing? Oh my god, the OBS update broke my fucking scene switcher script, which is an amazing thing to say. Huh. I actually can't randomly select bumps anymore. How about this one?
Easy.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Fucking... Hey, I haven't busted this one out in a while. I haven't needed it in a while. Okay, my fucking static scene switcher still works, just not the random. That's kind of strange, Scoob. I'm back. I decided to brush my teeth while I was gone, so I'm minty fresh. Gundam shooter, huh?
始めるわよ
Oh man.
East
Frog
one.
recognizes
The
Umihara
Dora is the
Kawase
nine
for
of
no
cracks.
reason.
The player is east.
I'd love to see some tile drawing magic here.
Alright,
Let's
1,
see
2,
how
3,
this
4, 5,
battle
6,
unfolds.
7. Not quite. Alright. Well,
The player, one step in the right direction.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
since the Pocket recently got SNES support, I've been playing some SNES Mahjong games, and my conclusion is
The
that
player, on a
it's
roll.
actually
The
very
next two
hard to
tiles
find
could
ones
make a
that are
huge
not
difference.
blatantly rigged, and it's even harder to find non-rigged games that are 4-player. The two options
Who's
that I've
going to
narrowed
make
down
the
as
first
probably
call
being
here?
worth your time is like there's Super Real Mahjong PV Paradise,
This
which
table
is
so
adapted from an
quiet,
Arrow
I could hear
series
a
but
pin
does
drop.
not appear to have any boobies in it. Wonder why. Could be because it's in the Super Nintendo.
Things are at a
And the other,
standstill.
which Frog made me aware of, is Zuto Mahjong,
The player,
which has
two
the
tiles
most
to tempo.
confusing
This is
theming
the
I have
point
ever
where skill
seen.
really factors in.
It's got replays. Like, it's got a replay button
The
you
air
can
is
hit
tense
after
as
the
the
hand,
players take their
where it will
turns.
fucking open everyone's hand and play through the game again. Who the fuck thought to implement that? Even stranger, who the fuck thought to implement that in a game where you have to scroll
Who's
off
going
screen to
pull
see
away
people's
from the
hands?
pack?
Fucking,
Decided to pass on
what
that
are
middle
you?
wing.
Alice in Wonderland themed Go game? See, for some reason that makes more sense to me. I can't explain it.
My, oh my, and there's the beach.
I'm curious to see if this
Alright,
develops
nothing
into
worth fighting with
confrontation.
here.
Question is,
They
can
just
the
fucking
player survive this
threw a Dora.
situation? And he calls on
I don't know what the
Vivica
fuck's going
Pass for
on.
now.
This is less
One
immediately
step in the
destructive to my
wrong
hand, I
direction.
think, if I throw it, but you will get a Yakuman, AJ.
The player
I fucking hope
across,
so.
a
Maybe not if
very
I
swift
keep
win
playing
off
in
the
4-player,
wall.
though.
The player across the table, a very favorable start.
The player across takes a modest lead.
Wow. Ichinomi turned into fucking 4,000 points because
East 2. The Dora
you can,
is
in
the
fact, just
5
get
of
lucky.
dots. The player is north. The player across the table is in first.
At the moment, this is anyone's game.
This is not an
But yeah,
easy
Zudo
spot
opponents
to
were
work
actually
around.
pretty interesting. Everybody seems to have violently different takes on how much of the fucking screen should be taken up
The
by
player
bullshit versus how
across
much should be
makes
taken
a
up by
call
tiles.
Out of nowhere.
Fucking nobody does the 6x3 discard layout. It's always like 9x2. Because there's just not enough space on the
player
screen
across
for it.
already calls
Gotta be
a
more
second
economical than
round.
that. There's the fucking, oh, what the hell is his name? Why am I having a stroke right now?
The player already 2 tiles to Tempai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
Flowman? What the fuck is that guy's name? Sakurai Shoichi, who apparently
He
was in a
calls on
SNES
Vivica
Mahjong game
Pass for now.
that attempts to
The
teach you the
player
utterly
is
deranged
already
principles of
1
Flowbook
tile
1.
to Tempai.
And
This
it has
hand
the
is very
worst
near
discard
completion.
layout I have ever seen.
The player.
Let me see if I can actually find a picture of this.
Within striking range.
Get
What
a
to
video.
do with this tile?
That makes me, like, angry to look at.
Making a
Which
move
is cool.
here.
This lifts a heavy burden.
Draws yet another simple.
Makes it a little bit more robust here.
Who will come out on
Alright,
top
I gotta be
in
ready to
this
fucking
confrontation?
throw this up on screen in a second.
Whatever happens, it'll be something to
It
talk
looks
about.
like they match cut the Northwind, so maybe they were going for big wins at some point, which means they might have that pair of Easts.
The player's the player. Is it time for a call?
いいよ
The player, Tenpai!
But now I'm in a fucking Penshan wait on a 3.
How
We're
are
chilling,
the
we're
players
gaming.
going to approach this hand? Still holding
Good,
back.
actually.
The player across continues to discard simples.
Still don't want it.
no
Huh.
calls.
You were holding on to those for a while, huh?
あ
The player across.
Very interesting.
That's a pawn.
My brain is actually fried from dev work, dude.
The player. Can this hand?
ロン
Ah, jeez. The
Yeah.
player
I knew
takes
it was
a
fucking
beating.
dodgy.
With a fine play. No doubt about it.
トイトイナンワンナウ
I knew it was dodgy, but I wanted to stay in. Alright, so here we go. Fucking... Gotta turn on display capture real quick here.
East 3. The Dora is
Who
west. The
did
player is
this? Why is it
Let's
that
see where this
way?
hand ends up going.
The stage is set. Anything can happen.
The angled tiles along the bottom really do it for me, I think.
Took a pass for now.
We want to simulate the experience of playing Mahjong from the comfort of your own home. Alright, so step 1 failed.
What's going to happen to this
We're just
score
done.
gap?
But I've got to
Player,
admit,
is there any way to turn
I like the
tables
square
here?
layouts as much as I do
The
enjoy
player, 2 tiles
Sega
to
MJ's
Tenpai.
The
giant
next
fucking
few tiles
bottom
could
tile
make a
bar.
huge difference.
The fucking way everything's packed onto the screen in the SNES games is like pleasing to me personally.
Probably looking to block that west for quite a while.
Who's going to make the first call here? Another useless draw. The player on the right continues to discard simples. The player across pairs up on the
Just
door.
working on Tunithum charting. Huh. It does seem pretty fun. Just like... It feels like a game that it's very
This table
natural
is
to
so
chart for,
quiet, I can
because
hear a pin drop.
like the input method is just about as close to natural as you can get in rhythm games. You just fucking tap the note.
Things are at a standstill.
Decided that bands aren't worth chasing.
I kind of fell off the Project Sakai bandwagon. I burnt out a little trying to keep up with event stuff, but I still play every now and again. What are you? Christ alive.
The air is tense as the players take their turns.
But I do like
No
mobile
one
rhythm
dares
games.
to make the first move. Oh, wow, and there's a call.
For a lot of people, fucking rhythm game with an interesting input method is only
Any
accessible
calls on
for
Vista
mobile.
still holding
Because you
back?
just don't have the fucking arcade options at home.
The air is very tense at this moment.
Intending to raid again means I've been needing to fucking actually cap tomes in FF14
Have things
again.
calmed down
And
for the moment.
holy shit, weeklies are so much more tolerable than dailies, but also holy fuck, why do I have to make myself fucking
The
work so
player,
hard to do
1
either?
tile to Tenpai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
It's like I'm allergic to all real-time fucking commitments and restrictions.
How are the players
Like, I would
going
play
to
a lot
approach this
every
hand?
event and still never come close to maxing the shop. It's fucking exhausting.
Uh-oh, East has declared Nietzsche.
Gotta be cautious against an east beach.
And it's like, I don't
Will it be
even like
possible
the
to
character
catch up
raising
here?
mechanics.
The player across the table has
They're just
discarded
there.
that tile.
Is this
I'm like,
hand
yeah,
going
my
to
team's
what to
coming
do with
along.
this
I'm
still
fucking...
no calls?
I'm getting mastery ranks. I finally got a full bank of 5 stars with decent skills. Steadily plunking away on decorations.
Who will seize the win
And then
this
I go
hand?
look at top ranker teams, and I'm like, oh. Oh no, you're not even close. Not even by a mile. There's no hope.
Who will arise victorious this time?
Yeah, the items seem fucking enormous.
Another safe tile.
Thank God this client is so generous with assists, because when I try to play while holding a conversation, I'm just, like, completely brain dead, I guess.
East 4, 1 counter. The Dora is the 1 of cracks. The player is South, heading into the final hand of the match.
The player has one final
It's-
chance to make a big move.
Well, it's
For
hard to
anything
know
with a
just how
multiplayer
this will turn
component,
out.
it's apparently not enough to, like, buy and enjoy the game. You have to only play that game. That's the desired state of
What's going
engagement.
to
That's
happen
the
to
way the
this
game is
score
designed. They want you to play no other games. It is exhausting. Oh, I should have fucking pair counted. That was closer to
Any
as
calls
cheesewide
on
than
this
anything.
tile? Took a pass for now.
Can't compete with 12-year-olds freebasing Adderall. Dude, kids are just too
The
strong.
player, 2
I don't know what
tiles
to do.
Tempai.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
It's like, I'll stop playing games that I like when they ask me for that shit. And it's like, clearly
The
it
player,
works in
is
some
there any
regard.
way to turn the tables here?
It wouldn't be an industry trend unless it fucking increased the profits of somebody involved.
This table is so quiet.
But like, I feel like I
could
fall
hear a
off games
pin
so
drop.
quickly when they ask that of me.
What to do with this tile?
It's like, I just
Still holding
do
back.
not care.
The player
Oh my
is
God.
already 1 tile to Tempai.
The players decided to keep
And
this
yeah, the server
Dora to
split's
the bitter end.
unfortunate, because, like, I did want to actually attempt to read some of the lore. I did want to actually be able to read the interface. And apparently that's a mistake
Things are at a standstill.
when it comes to mobile rhythm games that aren't Archaea. I was gonna say some dumbass shit like I'm spoiled by Archaea, but Archaea also isn't good about this. World mode is terrible.
The air is tense as the players take their turns.
The thing that absolutely drives me fucking up the wall are the daily objectives that require you to play
The
suboptimally
player on the
if you
right
want to collect them
continues to
faster.
discard simples.
Fucking Halo was the worst about that shit.
Who's going
It's like,
to make
and
the
I
first
understand
call here?
that I guess those serve some kind of purpose for people who are like searching for purpose in this world or what have you. They really need somebody to tell them how to have
The player on the
fun.
right discards another dot.
But, can I please have a fucking quest that looks something like, for instance, get 10 kills
No
with
one dares to make
vehicles
the first move.
or win 3 games? Is that a crime?
The air is very tense at this moment.
Gotta test and learn and figure out Shinji matching with me and Zara. You make it sound so easy.
Have things calmed down for the moment?
Oh yeah, Shadowverse did do that, didn't it?
Oh,
I'm gonna die!
player, Tempai!
That call brings the hand a step closer to finishing.
I had to go for it.
The
Okay.
player on the left scored 3 Doras.
Well, that's dangerous. The dev's argument is something along the lines of arcade games are worse, which is true, but why the fuck should the game be held to that
We're
standard?
witnessing a tense push
And see,
pull.
like, I can sit here and say that if world mode didn't exist and I could just fucking play the game and unlock songs that way, or if all the songs were unlocked by default as soon as you bought them,
Is this hand going to
I
end
can say
quietly?
that I would play the game more under those circumstances, but I don't actually know if I would. That's not something you can know, I think.
Tanyao.
The player. Here we have
I can
a
take a
card.
very
The new
educated
Dora
guess,
is 6
but my
dots.
guess is
The
that on
player.
average,
Can
by
this hand
abusing
withstand
fucking
the heat?
people's pattern-seeking brains, they do play more.
Who will
17th
seize the
Chun-Li
win this
costume.
hand? Who will
Like,
arise
all of
victorious
Unite's
this
progression
time?
systems are pure fucking liquid shit. But the core idea of its
The
dailies
player on the left.
is at least
What an
fucking okay.
incredible win off
There are
the
3
wall.
objectives.
Fine play.
Show up,
No doubt about it.
play a game, win a game. Do any of those or all 3? Fuck it. Alright, I died again. Make a point of not customizing any player card shit in fighting games, so because it's really funny, so IDC what stupid shit. Nice. I appreciate the default killer look, but when given the option, I prefer to obviously cheat. Fucking people running around with the staff title in Street Fighter 4. That type of beat. This is Sega Net MJ for PC, Android, and iOS.
East 1. The Dora is
Oh,
west.
is Chunidata
The
just like
player
on Ya or
is
something?
west.
Is it just there?
I'd love to see some tile drawing magic here.
Let's see how this
I
battle
should play more
unfolds.
Lumina. I should play more fighting games in general, but god damn it. It's like you ever...
Who's going to make the first call here?
I feel like I have a complicated relationship with fighting
The
games
player,
because I have
one
fun
step in
whenever
the
I
right
play them.
direction.
This
But I
hand
like
is
go
really
online
beginning
and
to come
play
together.
ranked for 20 minutes and I have to go lie down. Like, oh, dearie me, I do believe I have the vapors.
Draws yet another simple. The player. That's progress.
The next few
They
tiles
weren't
could
lying,
make a
that
huge
D10
difference.
Vlav can lag.
This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop.
HTTP downloads, nice. Yeah, I wanted to give it another look after the Roundup of Shield changes,
The player. 2 tiles to Tempa.
and then just
The
never
bands are
did.
really coming together.
Should I have held that? I feel like it was better to hold that, maybe. Like, rather than aggressively pushing this hand forward, just like,
Things are at a standstill. Any calls
accept
on
that
this
it
tile?
wasn't
Take a
worth
pass
much,
for
and
now.
it's better to, like, keep a greater value available. I think if I broke a shape there, I probably should have been the 2-4 pin. Just time control. Pressure. I'm so rusty at everything I enjoy. Fuck. Help me.
Who's going to pull away from the pack?
You can still be punished in landing recovery for chicken blocking and then landing without doing anything else. Can people really just
The
trip
air
guard
is
you
tense
landing
as
after
the
up back?
players take their turns.
That's kind of gross. Alright, all aboard the Cheat Toy train, choo-choo.
How are the players going to approach this hand?
Or this. Whatever it is.
What to do with this tile?
I keep waiting on single-player games
Oh, wow.
until
and
I can
there's a
actually,
call.
like, stream them at a reasonable time.
No one dares to make the first move.
Shit, maybe I should have waited on Cheat Toy after all. Or maybe the call changed the flow,
East
who
has
knows.
declared Nietzsche.
Gotta be cautious against an East Beach.
Will it be possible to
I'm
catch
mad
up
about
here?
Beat Raja actually telling me to fuck off when I try to play Beat Mania converts. It's weird that it does that. I mean, like,
The player's going for
it's
it.
really not all bad. I
Oh,
shouldn't have pushed that, I
making a
think.
move here.
There's a lot of good stuff to be found on BMS tables. Like,
Is
I'd
this
encourage
hand
people to
going
take a
to
look at
end
the
well?
original content for BMS before going straight to Rips.
The player, Tempai. The player.
But at the same time, like, it feels weird for a client to take such a principled stand on, no, you actually can't play charts from games that are 20 years old. AJ Tyrone, I'm a streamer. When will you play Valorant? I'm not gonna lie and say that nothing about Valorant interests me, but like,
the player finished the last hand quick and dirty.
I don't know, is it unfair for me to say that I know with a high degree of accuracy what things I won't like?
This table is so quiet I could hear a pin
Close
drop.
your eyes. That dumb fucking joke will never stop being funny.
Doubled up on a tile that was just discarded.
I'm just allergic to downtime, is really the core of it.
The players.
I'm like high level bothered
This is the point where
by
skill
any
really
game that
factors
is
in.
designed by accident or on purpose in such a way that the punishment for failure is less practice.
Oh wow!
And that
there's
means
a
that I'm
call.
pretty much automatically filtered out of all
Any calls on
elimination-based
both?
games.
The player across. That's a pwn. What to do with this tile? Took
Even
a
though I
pass
do
for now.
understand the value. It does have bait.
The air is very
Does it
tense
now?
at this moment.
Tell me more about this fabled bait of which you speak. Dude, am I having a stroke at the fucking camera right now? I really hope none of you are listening to me, the fuck? I kind of want to leave this Sunshoku possible on both sides and be a
Have things
shithead.
calmed down for the moment.
So if I was gonna cut a pair, it was better to cut the Lenses there, I think, for Tanyao.
The player. Is it time for a still holding back? The player. One tile to Tempai.
This
Yeah, so
hand
6,
is
7, 8
nearing
Sunshoku
completion.
possible here.
Still no calls.
You're just playing CS, and you know that people be playing CS forever. Yeah, for sure.
Who will seize the win this hand?
I'm also reminded of my
Who
fascinating
will arise
experience of
victorious this
Overwatch,
time?
which was basically
The player on the left.
after
discards
hearing
another
things I
crack.
didn't want to hear several hundred times in ranked, but being unable to go to quick play because nobody even plays anything that looks like the game in quick play. I
We're
just
witnessing
auto-muted
a
everyone
tense push and
in fucking
pull.
ranked and proceeded to get
The
flamed
player
over
on the
text
left.
constantly
And there we
about how
have
I
the
wasn't in
first
voice.
call. There it is. The player on the right takes a beating.
With a fine play, no
トイ
doubt
トイ
about it.
パクドラバンラン
East 3. The Dora is the 7 of BAMs. The player is East. The player across the table is in first.
I'm
The point
slowly
leader is
developing
not
the
terribly far
opinion
away.
that
The
if I
stage
need
is
to
set.
talk to another human
Anything
being
can
that I
happen.
don't already know to play your game, I will not like your game. That's not a full-scale, like, held deep in the
Things
chest
are at
belief
a
yet,
standstill.
but it's getting there. Play Quake? I do! I like it a lot. I am frustrated about the state of fucking
Draws yet another symbol.
Diabolical in Reflex Arena, but I
The
get my
player,
arena shooter
2
fixed where I
tiles to
can.
Tempai.
The dots are really coming together.
Hell, I should fucking
Any calls on? Took a pass for now.
hop on Quake World at some point. Fuck it. Wii ball. What a mess this is. The fuck?
The
I don't even
player
want
is
to
already
deal with
one
that
tile
nine.
to Tempai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
I'll get rid of that while I still can.
The air is tense as the players take their
CF.
turns.
Maybe. I'm still fucking freaking out because people built so many fucking
going to
machines that the
make the
Minecraft
first
server
call
is now
here?
in a constant state of cope.
リーチよ
Like, just unbelievable wall-to-wall,
That is a
like,
very
performance
confident
problems.
reach.
And it's still playable, but it frustrates me. Because I could move it to stronger hardware.
The player
Or,
on
like,
the
hardware
right
that's better
is
suited
playing
for it. Because my
cautious.
server hardware is strong, it's
The
just not,
player on
like, the
left
single-thread performance
decides
isn't
to
what's
match
required.
The player's discard.
But fuck. Sometimes, AJ, I
The
still
player
feel
on the
bad
left
about that guy
won't be
beat
taking
75
risks
to
here.
-1 on the
Can
HBD
this
Reflex
hand
server.
withstand the heat?
I think the best thing I ever did for Reflex
player
was
on the
hosting that
left
fucking
is
server
assuming that it's
that
an
had
open
2-minute duels. Because here's what 2-minute duel does. Number one, it lets new players
Is
practice,
this
like, item
hand
control
going to
while it's
end
still within their
play?
grasp,
The
but more
player
often.
can't quite get
Use
the job
reset
done
to an
on
even
this
position
hand.
more often. And get to actually figure out,
player on
alright,
the right
this is how I
pairs
get
up
to
on
a
the
strong
door.
item. Oh, fuck, what?
流し漫談漫談
Nice! Nice! Hot stuff! Let's go! There are some fucking things you just gotta be happy for.
East 4. The Dora is the 4 of dots. The player
Anyway,
is
2-minute
north.
duel. Good because it
Heading into the
resets
final
people
hand of
to
the
neutral
match.
more often
The
and
player
teaches them how to
will win with a
grapple
run-on off
from
the
like a
player
neutral
across the
position and
table.
convert it to an
Well,
advantage.
it's hard to know just
That's
how
good.
this will turn out.
You know what else is good? Not letting people fucking languish for 10 minutes with a fucking 150 to -4
The
score
player,
line.
one step in the right direction.
Because, like,
This hand is really beginning
you
to
and
come
I-
together.
we know that 150 to -4 is, like, just what happens sometimes. Someone doesn't even have to be, like, way, way better than you to do that. They can be, like, moderately
What's
better than
going
you
to
and
happen
shut you
to
out
this
completely in the
score
right game.
Any calls on this time? Took a pass for now.
But for people who play, like, normal games, that's, like, an embarrassment that
Another
requires you
useless
commit
draw.
suicide on the spot. There's just no other option.
The player, 2 tiles to Tempai.
The next few tiles could make a huge difference.
I really don't want to talk on
What to do with
bilingual
this
for
still
a
holding
reason.
back?
Is that the meta? Learn another
player
language so you
is
can
already
convincingly
one
claim you
tile
don't
to
speak
Tempai.
English?
This hand looks nothing like it did at the
That
start.
owns. I remember reading the worst fucking Reddit post
The
where someone
player,
was asking
is there
for
any way to
advice.
turn the tables
They
here?
have like severe social anxiety, and after being asked why they never talked in class or something, they on the spot decided to pretend to be mute and then kept
This
up
table is so quiet.
the
player,
fucking
is it time for
lie
still no call?
for like months and months and months. Either mute or deaf. Maybe it was
The
both. I don't
player on
even
the
know.
right continues to discard simples.
One of the worst fucking threads I've ever read in
Things
my
are
entire
at a
life.
standstill.
It's more healthy for me if I assume everything I read on Reddit is a
The
fucking
air is
LARP or a
tense
creative
as the
writing
players
exercise.
Take their turns.
Like,
My oh my!
I know approximately
goodness,
everyone on the
chasing
entire fucking
beach.
internet saw the post regarding, my girlfriend hates our sex playlist,
Who will seize the win this hand?
which is like, there's no way, right? There's absolutely no way
Who will arise
that a human being that was
victorious
capable
this
of
time?
typing
The
out
player
that
in
post
this
harbors the
game, nobody
delusions
wins
that are
this
contained
shootout.
within it.
Ended with the player across the table in first.
It's just factually not true. Right? I didn't look at the full playlist. Was that the clincher for some people? don't need to see it. I'm pretty sure that you're not correct.
始めるわよ
All these fucking NFTs. And also, blue hair from Puyo.
East 1. The Dora is the 6 of cracks. The player is East.
I'd love to see some tile drawing magic here.
Let's see how this battle unfolds. The player.
I'm not in
one
any of the
step in
hitbox
right direction.
offshoot communities,
This hand is
so
really beginning
hearing
to
people
come together.
casually drop Fridge BD hits a little different for me.
Any calls on this? Took a pass for now.
Fucking, huh? I sent you an example of Valorant bait character.
Who's going to make the first call here? The player.
Well,
That's
you make a
progress.
compelling
The
argument.
next few tiles could make a huge difference.
It's a YouTube playlist? Wait, hold on. I'm more upset about that than the fucking...
This table is
Yeah,
so
no
quiet,
way.
I could hear a pin drop.
No chance.
Things are at a standstill.
The CD playlist he recreated of the... I don't want to click anything on this. I feel like I'm gonna get my fucking channel deleted.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
I'm gonna have to fucking draw the line here, Frog.
My oh my, and there's the
You've ruined my
lead.
stream for the
I'm
final
curious to see
time.
if this
He
develops
lied not
into
very
complication.
convincingly.
Question is, can the player survive this situation? The player is already one tile to Tenpai.
This hand looks nothing like it did at the start.
Do I have anything worth pushing with? It's 2 Dora, and I don't really have much to
Player's
defend.
going for it.
That
Got
tile
like
made it
2
through.
safe tiles, and I'd have to defend for a while.
Who's going to pull away? What to do with this still holding back?
Ooh. That might be too spicy to throw.
Not
Nothing
giving up on
ventured.
this one.
I'm not gonna fold while I'm dealer, not with 2 Dora, I think. I'll stay in.
Ah, gee.
Well, good thing it doesn't really matter that much.
What an
Ooh.
incredible win off the wall.
The player
It's
on
kinda
the
cute
left,
looking.
A very favorable start.
The player on the left takes a modest lead. East 2. The
Episode by
Dora
Doctor,
is
I
south.
love the vocals
The
written in
player
Arabic.
is
That
north.
fucking rules.
How does this
Ooh,
starting
there.
hand look to you?
This starting hand is certainly very competitive.
This is not an easy spot to work around.
So I raid next on Tuesday, supposedly. And my expectation is that we kill P5S in like half an hour, maybe.
What's going to happen to
Because
this
literally
score
that was a
gap?
group of like pretty new players. Like some people in that group have never done high-end content until Storm's Crown. It's my first time seeing the fight, Frey's first time seeing the fight.
The player. Is there any way to turn the tables here?
Daryl is
The
actually
player.
really
Already
strong
2
on
tiles to
fucking
Tenpai.
chuckles.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
I kind of missed that position. I sort of
The
played that
player
role in
across
Trainwreck.
makes a call out of nowhere.
Just because it's really easy to like call as a healer relative to most other roles. Four pairs, huh?
Who will come out on top in this conference?
Why do I click on links from Frog anymore? They're never good.
Makes a call on another dot. Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, it'll be
video
something to talk
sucks.
about.
Why does nobody ever send me anything
Players are
good,
already
man?
Visualizing their what to do with still holding back.
Huh, that's pretty good.
The player is already one tile to Tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
The player is a top. Still no calls.
Can definitely
Decided
cut
that cracks
this.
aren't worth chasing.
This is the fucking indicator, that's weird.
The Look at that Dora.
Huh. Alright.
Probably looking to block that east for quite a while.
Oh, making a move here.
You don't get good art posts and start streams at
The
3 a.m. and I'm not
across
booting up my
drops a
computer this
pair.
early. Also, nothing happens in my Mahjong streams. Like, I'm sure I don't need to draw your attention to this, but like,
The player across discards another crack.
this is basically just an unbelievably shitty podcast while I like occasionally deal in. I'm sure this is intuitively obvious to most of you, but like, really
How are
needed
the
to fucking
players
underline
going
it.
to approach this hand? No one dares to make the first move.
Every once in a while, I do think about just fucking setting a month aside to like grind
Is this
Tenho.
hand- The player across calls to form a Dora meld.
Okay, but are they Tenpai though?
There it is. The player on the left
Whoa.
suffers an unexpected loss.
This will be a repeat of east.
Sunstroku Nomi. Giant gamer.
East 2, one counter. The Dora is the 5 of dots. The player is north. How does this starting hand look to you?
Not a bad
Big ups to you
configuration.
audio-only
Let's see what tiles
gamers.
come off the
Everybody
wall.
tabbed
The
out.
stage is set. Anything can happen.
I don't really understand that mode of engagement
The player
until
already
I
2 tiles
started
to
trying to
Tenpai.
level Samurai,
The
and
next
as a
few
14,
tiles could make a huge
and
difference.
within like a dungeon run and a half, I decided that
All to
instead
the
of
pass for now.
intently watching people play their jobs as wrong as possible, I was just gonna
Oh,
open
wow,
up
and there's a
fucking
call.
Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst and watch it all. Just anything but this, dude.
What's going to happen to this score? What to do with this time?
I
still
cannot
holding
constantly bear witness to the fucking horror that is Duty Finder. I don't have the strength for it.
back. The player. Is there any way to turn the
Alerts
tables
master
here?
volume 54%. Fucking Streamlabs doc is highlighting a bunch of shit for me, and I just found this. How about 200%? How do we feel about 200%? Can I retrigger
Who will
this?
come out onto the player? The time still no call.
That's definitely a little louder.
The player is already 1 tile to Tenpai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
It's there. I use Streamlabs as my alert provider,
Whatever
but
happens,
I am
it'll
on
be
OBS
something to
Studio.
talk about.
Streamlabs are fucking terrible because they basically tried to swallow the OBS name
The air
and
is
caused a
very
bunch
tense
of
at
problems
this
for the
moment.
project. But they do alerts separate from their shitty,
making a
unstable
move
fork
here.
of OBS that's also like not properly extensible and fucking lags to shit. You can just add a browser source and it does just work.
Have things calmed down for the moment? The player across drops a pair. How are the players going to approach this hand? No one
Just
dares
OBS
to
Studio,
make
but
the
worse
first
with some
move.
Electron Web shit on top.
Finally,
And
there it is.
Fucking, the alert system is already fucking Electron Web shit.
リーチよ
There it is, Leech.
This is pretty shitty,
The
but at least I
player
got there, I
across
guess.
Decides to match the player's discard.
The player on the right is assuming that it's an open weight.
The
I'm not
player
actually
on the
tired,
left
right?
Is playing cautious.
It's only 3 a.m. I'm usually up until 7.
There it is. I hear a roan.
With a fine
And yeah,
play, no doubt about
it does have proper browser docs now, which I actually think is quite nice, TBH.
East 3. The Dora is the 3 of dots.
Radiant Silver
The
Gun port
player
still
is
fucked up,
west.
huh? Ha.
The player on the left is in first. The player has more than 40,000 points.
What's needed is a roan off
Certain
the point meter.
trapezoidal textures
Now,
from the Saturn
let's
version were
watch how
accidentally
things
distorted and
develop.
split across triangular polys for the Xbox 360 port. And because the mesh is subdivided differently on Switch, the distortions flipped. That's fucking weird.
What's going to happen to this? Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now.
Yeah, seems likely that nobody noticed.
The player. Is there any way to turn
Yeah,
the
the web
tables
docs
here?
are super fucking nice. I remember the days of Chatty, that fucking standalone chat client
The air is tense.
that I
as the
only used
players
because it
take
could
their
blow up
turns.
the fucking font to the point where I could actually see it when I quickly glanced over. God, thinking of that makes me think of fucking
Who's going to
the
make
L-Sword
the
and the
first
Oceanmania
call here?
days.
Draws yet another simple. The player. One step in the right direction.
I
the
realize
point
on a
where
regular
skill
basis
really
that I could jump
factors
scare
in.
like 75% of the people in here by saying some shit like, you know, I've been thinking of checking out L-Sword again.
This table is what to do with this tough. Still holding back.
Just, you know,
Things are at a standstill.
somebody free those character designs, man. I think it was probably better to
The player.
break
Is it
one of
time
the
for a call?
stronger pairs.
Still no call.
Probably the 7.
The player on the left continues to discard simples.
The Skype era hit kind of different, not gonna lie.
The player on the right discards another BAM.
Skype was terrible. Discord, even as it continues to fucking fall into its own asshole, is
The
still
air
better.
Is very tense at this moment.
There are some things that I liked about Skype. Not so much a big fan of the client automatically downloading every
Two
single
tiles
file
to
that was sent to
Tempai.
you with no
This hand
prompt.
is really beginning to come together.
That was dumb. Not a good fan of that.
Have things calmed down for the moment? Oh, wow, and there's a call.
Yeah, it's like Skype group chats. It's one fucking channel.
How are the players going to approach this hand?
You want to fucking talk? It happens right here. You enter the Thunderdome. You don't have a choice. And I think there's something
No
to be
one
said for
dares
that.
to make the first move.
Like, I don't know what people think of the
Another
fucking forum
useless
channel
draw.
feature, but I kind of want to downsize Hitbox's main channels into threads. At least some of them.
Uh-oh, East has declared Nietzsche.
I'm curious to see if this develops into a confrontation.
Because what I
Will it
want to
be
actually
possible
do is
to
host a
catch up
forum.
here?
And Discord forums are not that, obviously. Not just because they're entirely in the control of a likely predatory fucking social media giant whose incentives will never align with yours and who doesn't care about preservation. But also just because, like, I don't know,
Making a move here.
I still just like forum interfaces.
This
Let
can't
there be a
complete
space
an
for
open weight
truly
across the
long
table.
form posts that are actually specific conversations instead of just, like, the deranged
player across the
anarchy
table has
of trying to
discarded that
blog on Tumblr and then someone just Kool-Aid manning through your wall
There it is. The player
after
on
having
the right
decided
suffers
ad hoc
an
with
unexpected
no
loss.
prompting that it
This
is
will
now
be a
debate
repeat
time.
of East.
リーチジャンカン
Wild.
East 3, one counter. The Dora is the 7 of dots. The player is West.
Let's see where
That's
this
the
hand
thing,
ends
it's
up
like...
going.
Is this a battle?
A lot of
can
groups
be
that I'm
won?
in care a lot about preserving chat history. I don't think Hitbox Dimension is necessarily one of them. I do have a hidden defunct category.
What's going to happen
So if
to
anybody
this
ever
score gap?
needs really old logs, I can dig them up from channels that were originally created for temporary purposes or whatever. But like, in some friend
Is
groups,
there
people
any
get
way to
really,
turn
really
the
knee-jerky
tables here?
about like the idea of erasing any history. And I think it's just because like people use it in different ways. But
This table is so
for
quiet.
Hitbox, I
could hear a
don't really
pin drop.
think people
The
care that
player,
much.
One step in. The player
How's
on
life,
the
by the way,
left
Tyron?
makes a call
Pretty alright.
out of
Haven't been
nowhere.
playing
Any
much, but
calls
hoping to
on
change
this
that.
time?
Want to host some more meetups in
Took a
VR chat now that my
pass for
fucking
now.
AC is working again. Long time no see. Hope you've been doing well.
The players are already visualizing their winning hand.
And it's like, I have a really complicated relationship with this stuff. Because as much as I believe in, like, preservation, internet preservation is, like, something I really do care about. I also believe in people's right to be forgotten. Like,
Who will come out on top?
I believe
in
people
this
should be
confrontation?
able to walk away from fucking permanent records of everything they've ever fucking said. Because that shit is stressful. Like, it really is.
Whatever happens, it'll be something to talk about. The player on the left continues
Like, hell, when it comes to fucking
discard
personal
symbols.
conversations, I don't want any logs kept at all. That's not a realistic approach, and it conflicts with the desires of,
air
like,
is
the people
very
that I'm
tense
talking
at
with
this
a lot. But, like, in a perfect world, totally ephemeral. View once, gone forever.
Have things
Just because
calmed
it's less
down for the
fucking
moment?
stressful. Yeah, Hitbox really is kind of like a weird cross-section of the internet.
The player on the left, that's a pwn. How are the players going to approach this
Yeah, it's like
hand?
if you
What
put
to
something
do
out
if
there
this
for the
tough still
explicit
holding
purpose
back?
of other people experiencing it, I feel like you don't get to go back on that later. But
No one dares to make the first move.
I don't feel like conversation is that. Conversation can just be conversation, you know?
The player on the
Aha!
right
We're at the
discards
part of the
another
Mahjong
crack.
stream where I start talking about the ethics of online communication.
The player, 2 tiles to tempo.
Makes sense, I
This is
get
the
it.
point where skill really factors in.
Uh-oh, East has the player. Is it top? Still no calls.
Yeah, it's like Hitbox is pretty
One
tight-knit
step
for
in
such a
the
large
wrong
group. We're
direction.
kind of a living history.
Who will seize
For
the
better
win
or
this
for
hand?
worse. See also, Sky is redacted.
The player across the table has discarded that tile.
Who will arise victorious this time?
Dude, sleep mode shouldn't... Sleep mode is here for actually no reason. Sleep mode is literally here because I don't even remember how I
witnessing a
found
tense
Wave
push
Dash
and
Jackie
pull.
the Legend. But literally, I just decided to interact with him indirectly, like, once. Nothing should ever have come of that.
Is this hand going to end quietly? The player on the left made a call there.
I don't have to think. Thank you, Top Deck
The
Jesus.
player on the right, and there we have the first call. The
Thank you.
nobody wins.
I like that
this
sudden
shootout.
everything is a
Two
Dora
players
highlight.
are tempai.
Got here because I interacted with you once asking about Horn Mod. Hell yes.
East 4, 2
Dude, and I could have
counters.
completely,
The
like,
door
I
is
could
the
have
7
missed the
of
cart
bands.
community entirely,
The
except
player
somebody
is
posted a
south,
link to the
heading
fucking
into the
1.0
final
trailer in
hand of
Hitbox
the
Dimension.
match.
The player
And because
has
that
one
was still
final
at the
chance
time
to
where I
make a
was, like,
big
looking to
move.
self-host
Well,
games for
it's
people
hard
on
to know
weekends,
just how
I
this
fucking
will turn
hosted it
out.
for a night. I could have completely missed it. Now I'm developing the sequel. What? Now I'm fucking sysop for the
player
master server.
already 2 tiles to tempo.
And
This hand
I
is really
fucking
beginning to come together.
wasted a handful of years trying to keep the game's net game ecosystem alive and well
Any calls
with
on
my
this to the
questionable
pass for
command
now?
of Lua, which I learned for the purpose of porting Mario Kart 8 horns, but good, into the game. As fucking got shot by the
What's
cops
going to happen to this
for
score
posting a
gap?
game dev survey in a way that apparently made her look like a robot.
The player, what to do with this time? Still holding back.
Speaking of streams that make no fucking sense, I want to pick up fucking Hyper Demon at some point. Have you guys seen that
The
shit?
player, is there any way to turn the tables here?
Hyper Demon is like, alright, we came up with a fucked up field of
Look at
view
that Dora.
projection technique where you can see 180 degrees. Cool. But also you can see 360 degrees
Time for a call.
because
and there's a
we just
call.
project
This
what's
looks
behind you
inverted.
as a hologram. Whatever. Hyper Demon is basically the
The air
sequel
is
to
very
Devil
tense
Daggers,
at
which
this
was
moment.
like a fucking Quake
Still no
software
calls.
renderer style score attack survival shmup. Horror aesthetic.
Oh,
Famously,
making a move
unbelievably
here.
fucked up. This is a weird situation.
The player, 1 tile to tempi.
Certain tiles will fit right into this hand. Others will gradually transform it.
Do I just fucking put on the Hyper Demon trailer after this really quickly so that everyone who hasn't seen it can see it? Oh, dude, the bitrate is gonna
Things calm
fucking
down
ruin
for the
it.
moment.
Yeah, that's something that I saw a lot regarding both Devil Daggers and Hyper Demon, that people don't want score attack.
There's the niche.
They want a
Curious
full-ass
to see
game.
if this develops into a confrontation.
Didn't the motherfuckers who did
possible
Devil
to
Daggers
catch
also
up
make
here?
Dusk or something?
The
Or am I
player's
fucking
going
completely
for
on
it.
crack right now?
Tile made it through.
Anyway, what I have heard about Hyper Demon compared to Devil Daggers
How are the players going
is
to
that
approach this
Devil
hand?
Daggers, once you get good at it, takes a while to ramp up. Hyper
Not
Demon,
giving up
you
on
can
this
ramp
one.
as fast as you are good at it. And that's like all I needed to hear for it to be
No
on my
one
fucking
dares
brain.
to make the first move.
Dusk and Faith in the same fight? Wow. Huh.
Who will seize the win?
You
this
fucking
hand?
died. Morbius.
Chasing Beach.
Gotta be cautious against an East Beach. That's a safe tile.
There it is. The player on the right suffers an unexpected
Alright, not much
loss.
happened to me, but it looks like
Fine
I'm finishing
play.
second.
No doubt about it.
So that's cool.
リーチ一発
Through the power of folding. Oh wait, I don't know how to read. Alright, third. Slim. I guess I'll accept it. Alright, hold on. Let me mute this really quickly so everyone has some context for what I'm talking about. I'm actually not even gonna put on the launch trailer. I'm gonna put on the 1 minute 5 seconds official gameplay. As in, like, we want to showcase what this game is like and nothing else. And they chose this footage. And this is some of the more readable I've seen the game. This sound design owns so fucking hard. I mean that, it is so good. I'm just gonna shill for this game that I haven't played because I think it's so fucking cool. Just like the conceit of we're going to give the player 180-degree vision on a 16:9 monitor and then give them a holographic overlay representing the eyes on the back of their head, and we trust them to understand this, is like, the conceit of that is insane. Anybody willing to put that degree of trust in the player, regardless of what they made, is cool, IMO.
始めるわよ
Jonathan might be showing up at GDQ again. Officially, this time?
East 1. The Dora is the one of BAMs. The player is East. How does this starting hand look to you?
This starting hand is certainly
not
very
on tap.
competitive.
Let's see how this battle unfolds.
Dude, the memes were unreal. I'm actually really starting to enjoy Junitham, but there's like...
Who's going to make the first
Is it
call
conceited
here?
of me to say that I have rhythm game fundamentals in that I like
Doubled up
understand
on a
how to hit
tile
falling
that was
rectangles
just
pretty good,
discarded.
but
Another
don't understand how to do
useless
most
draw.
other things? So like when I'm playing Junitham 13s,
This
sometimes
hand is
I will
going
like
nowhere.
crush them,
The
and
player
sometimes I
on
will
the
see the
left
same pattern
makes a
18
call
times and miss it
out of
every single
nowhere.
time. And that's just like
The player
part of the
is
way I
already
interact with the
one
game.
Tile to Tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
Oh, making a move here. Doubled up on a tile that was just discarded.
I'm scrolling the comments on this fucking gameplay trailer, and it's literally just what,
on this tile?
I'm
Get a
high,
pass for
what.
Who's going to pull away from the pack?
G.
The player, what to do with this still holding back.
I have kind of the generic idea that like a rhythm game's difficulty actually should get more granular the higher it goes,
How
not the
are the
lower it
players
is.
going to
But it's
approach
more
this
useful to
hand?
people lower, even though like the actual material difference between something like a 2 and a 3 in
It's time for
Junitham
still
is
no
like
calls.
not actually existent.
There it is.
It
Neat.
benefits new players to have those divisions so they can feel like
The
they're
player
progressing
across. Here
and
we
also
a
have
cheat.
like an
That kills the
unbelievably
toxic.
safe environment for practice.
No one dares to make the first move.
Junitham is cool, but it does some rude stuff. Like, I was
player
surprised
on
to
the
hear
right
Wolves complaining
decides to
about
match the player's discard.
Project Sakai's, like, big-ass wide bar note reading confusion stuff. When, like, Junitham will regularly put
Here it
lifts,
is. The player
like
on
double
the
lifts
left
or double
suffers an
holds
unexpected loss.
in spots
That was a very
that are
quiet
like
start.
intended to be
The player
confusing,
across
as in like
takes
if
a
you follow
modest
them
lead.
intuitively, you hit them with the wrong hand, even though the game isn't even capable of like registering them, and you actually need to use an offhand that's completely
East two.
unengaged
The
for it.
Dora is the 9 of BAMs. The player is North. The player across the table
That
is in
granularity
first.
exists
The
in
point
2DX
leader
high
is
ranks,
not
but it's not
terribly
denoted by
far
numbers.
away.
You just have
This
to know.
is not
Yeah,
an
it's
easy
like
spot to work around.
yeah, actually, when it comes down to it, 10 pluses in fucking 2DX are really bad about that, and
The
fucking
player,
12s
one
are
step
even
in
worse.
the right direction.
The next few tiles could make a huge difference.
Like, Archaea has the concept of chart constant. It does have decimal chart difficulty that's only used internally for ratings and never exposed, and generally
The
it is
player,
accurate.
First place is well within striking range.
G.
The player on the left makes a call out of nowhere.
Yeah, what the hell happened
The
to
player,
fucking
two
campaigns in
tiles
rhythm
to
games?
Tenpai.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
I'm so okay with
Any calls on
campaigns.
this? Took a pass for now.
Despite that though, I've like dodged stuff like the Dan courses and skill analyzer in Bimani games because I don't know where to start, and I don't want to waste a credit on something that will bore me to tears or something that will fucking chew me up.
Still holding back.
So instead, I just keep playing at what I know my skill range to be.
The player across the table has
Non-stop
discarded
courses
that
in DDR
tile.
are fun as fuck, though. They are so nice.
That's the last tile. Still no call.
Yeah, well, so I'm not referring to like the wide bar and the fucking narrow bar stuff. That's obviously way easier to hit in Junie.
It's important
What
to
I
find the
mean
best
is
possible
situations where it will ask you to like lift and hold on the same hand while your offhand is doing something.
with a fine play.
When
No
you
doubt
could
about
easily
it.
lift with your offhand, but instead it chooses to display the hold or whatever on your hand that should be handling the hold. It's like it will intentionally trick you by making it think it can track which hand you're using for a fucking air hold when it can't, and it displays the wrong
Not bad
side on purpose to
configuration.
fuck with you.
Let's see what tiles come off the wall.
The stage is set. Anything can happen.
Oh yeah, Beat Saber does have a campaign, it's just buried. Dude, my relationship with fucking Beat Saber... I played a little bit more recently. I took a long break.
Score gap.
I tried to reorganize my room to make some space for it, and eventually mostly succeeded, although I'm still a little bit worried that I'm gonna bang my knuckles.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
And it's just like... if I'm totally zoned out and just, like, not caring about scoring at all,
The player is
I can enjoy the game a lot, but as soon as I give a fuck about scoring, it starts becoming really unfun almost
Others will
immediately.
gradually transform it.
And it's frustrating because I don't want to shy away from a challenge, and there are some aspects of the game I like, but it just fundamentally doesn't
The
feel
player. Is
good
there
to
any way
be
to turn
accurate.
the tables here?
Is that a giant cope? I don't know.
That's the last tile. Any tips?
今度
The player calls the player. Tenpai.
That call
This
brings
is a
the
little
hand step
scuffed,
closer to finishing.
but it doesn't seem like anybody else is discarding anything crazy, so I want to
How
push
are the
something
players
fast
going to
before
approach
other
this
people come
hand?
up with, like, expensive hands.
No one dares to make the first move.
So, the thing with Beat Saber is that timing isn't directly measured. It's indirectly measured as part of the
air
scoring
is very
system,
tense at
which
this moment.
rewards you for wide swings. Nice.
Amazing! What a spectacular draw!
It's
very
like,
impressive finish.
of the 115
I'm
points
simply
per
blown
note,
away.
and that's like real score and percent score, not their useless money score, which has combo elements in it.
East 4.
And everyone
The
acknowledges
Dora
that it's
is
useless.
Green Dragon. The player is south.
It's like
Heading into the
70
final hand of
points
the match.
for hitting
Any player could
basically
take
a
first.
90-ish
It may be the
degree
first
angle
player to make 10 pies.
before you
Well,
make
it's
contact
hard
with the
to know
note.
just how this
30
will turn
points
out.
for following through with like a 60-ish degree angle after you hit the note, and then 15 points for where your saber made contact on the face of the block.
The player, one step in the right direction.
And that
The
like
next
doesn't
few
measure
tiles could
timing
make
at
a
all,
huge
really.
difference.
Except it kind of does,
The
because
player, gaining momentum.
the
The cracks are really coming
wind up
together.
and the follow through are scored
draws
separately.
yet another simple.
Meaning you want to split them in the right place, and if
Maybe
you
it
hit
is
the note
better
at the
to hold
wrong
back
time,
without any green
you
dragons
will
visible.
waste angle on one or the other. It's not that complicated. You just want to swing wide, and you want to hit the note about halfway through the wide swing. But
The player, first place is well within striking range.
it's just something about interacting with it on a fundamental level
The player
does not
is
work for me.
already one tile.
Maybe it's
Oh,
because
wow,
it blitzes
and
the
there's a
fuck out of
call.
your wrists if you're trying to play high density stuff with high accuracy. But more than that, I want to be distinctly
The
rewarded
player
for
across
timing.
Drops a pair.
I think I want that explicit focus on being in tune with the rhythm. And like, mashing in Beat Saber and actually like hitting things with a high degree of good timing, they feel the same.
リーチよ。
It's frustrating.
The player on the left
Can't get into most rhythm games where your action doesn't modulate the song
discard.
whatsoever. Yeah, I feel
The player
that.
across the table
See,
is assuming that it's an open.
I really
wheel.
appreciate 2DX when it's like on
The
modern
player
systems
on
with
the
low
right
audio
is
latency
playing
for that
cautious.
reason. And I agree with the complaint regarding like
Making a move
Osude sharding being like, hey, let's drum this completely bullshit fucking click track
here. The player.
alongside
Can
the
this
song.
hand withstand the heat?
that like bears a superficial resemblance to it, where like the single channel game by necessity cannot be layered in the way that the song is. So it's on you to like interpret some fucking click track bullshit that goes along with
The
it.
player across. Oh my!
何よ。
But
There it is. The player across takes a beating.
I
Very
also have a
impressive
weird
finish.
relationship with
I'm
hit
very
sounds and key
curious
sounds
about
in
the
general,
results here.
specifically
The player
because of audio
is not
latency.
letting up.
Because I want to feel like I'm drumming the song, like the fucking sounds that my environment is making when I'm slapping my hands on a touch bar or whatever.
From behind and won it.
I want those to be in sync with the song, and they can never, ever, ever be in sync with hit sounds or key sounds unless you build the most fucked up setup known to man. And as far as I can tell, 2DX has almost done this. It does it to the extent where I can, like, listen to button noises more than I listen to key sounds, and still MA pretty well. But it's not perfect, and it's by far the best. So it's weird to think about. Kurnaus, BMS in general is substantially more lenient on timing than Real 2DX. Specifically, BMS hard timing is slightly easier than 2DX, and most BMS charts are on easy. It's charted for a different skill set for the most part. You don't see anything of the density of even, like, fucking insane threes in 2DX. It just simply doesn't ever get that dense.
始めるわよ。
They're like different games with a crossing
East
point in
one.
between,
the
I guess.
Dora is the 8 of cracks. The player is south. How does
Literally known
this
VR
starting
game
hand
called
look
Dance
to you?
Collider. This
This
almost
could turn
literally
into a
OC, but you
very
punch
big
the
hand.
circles as they
Let's
fly
see how
at you.
this battle unfolds.
Nice. That fucking rules. I might have to give that a try. I tried to set up Wak VR. I don't understand it. If you get it working, please let me know.
Who's going to make the first call here?
Whoa. Huh.
The player is already one tile to Tenpai.
This hand
Wait,
is
this
very
is-
near completion.
It took me a minute to look at this and realize it was just waiting for a 9-pin for
Any
each, so...
calls on this tile?
Yeah, sure.
チーよ。
The player, Tenpai.
Start the
That
game
call
off right.
brings
Fuck
the
it.
hand a step closer to finishing.
Yeah, I've seen Any Tawaka. I've seen people with like arrays of fucking iPads and shit handling it that way. It's pretty amusing.
Who will come out on top in this confrontation? The player on the left drops a pair. The player.
Yeah, Curran,
in this
regarding how the
hand
fuck does one
withstand
MA
the
and 2DX? As far as I can tell, you turn the auto offset button on and then you listen to your fucking key
Take a
taps.
pass for now. Oh
ズモ
But
よ。
like,
my! What a spectacular
also on Real
draw.
2DX, I hit
lead in the race.
maybe
The
like
player.
3 to 1.
Takes a modest lead.
Well, 3 to 1 when I'm playing stuff that's in my like comfortable skill range, which is like I can comfortably pass 8s and
East
can
two.
like
The
get
Dora
through
is
9s or
the
10s
ace
with a
of
struggle.
dice. The player is east. The player went for a quick finish last hand.
Taking a modest lead with that one.
This is not an easy spot to work around.
Timing and tune of him is just like weird to me.
Doubled
I
up on a
have
tile
absolutely
that was
no
just
sense for it
discarded.
whatsoever. I feel like even on easy patterns, I'll rush habitually because I don't feel
This
like I have
table
good
is so
feedback.
quiet, I could hear a pin drop.
2DX spoils me, dude. Fucking 2DX and DDR both have such tight timing, but they're so well calibrated.
Things are at
At
a
least modern
standstill.
2DX is, so grind this axe until I die, sorry.
Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now.
I really want to turn this stream
The
charts
air
on
is
J7,
tense
but
as
even
the
the
players
MSX just
take their
fucking
turns.
owns me. Yeah, it's tight. Especially
Another
because, like,
useless
the
draw.
actual hit recognition of BMS is, I'd say, pretty lenient. Like, it does have anti-mash, but it's not super punitive, you know?
Who's going to make the first call here?
And you still hear the key sounds even if you do get anti-mashed, so, like, it's possible to feel like you're doing better than you are.
How are the players going to approach this hand? What to do with still holding back?
I really like rhythm games. Is that obvious? Rhythm games are some shit I can just fucking sit down with and be like, alright, no matter how I choose to engage with
No
this,
one dares
I
to
will
make
enter
the
a
first
satisfying flow state where I am challenged but not overwhelmed. I will improve at a
The
skill
player,
that I
is it
continue to
time for a
find
call?
more
Still no
satisfying
call.
as I develop it. I will get to listen to some cool tunes. Fucking whatever.
The air is very tense at this moment.
Telltale Home Cab. I mean, a Telltale Cab is just a touchscreen, right? Like, you just get a really big touchscreen and then get data? I don't know.
My, oh my, and there's the niche!
There are any number of responses here.
Oh wow, and there's a call!
Super fucking
that
cool to me
kills
that
the
people can
concept.
connect on, like, a deep level with DRS, by the way. Because, like, the game doesn't do it for me,
Excellent, evasive action.
but as, like, a spectator, it is so neat.
Making a move here.
I think I actually do want to push this, I just can't decide how
The
far.
player, one tile to 10.
This is safe at
This hand
least, so...
started out as nothing, and now it's something.
I only play Mahjong and AFPS games. I feel like there's a zen beyond, like, normal video
Is this
gaming
hand
behavior where you
chasing
play
niche?
exclusively
There are any
luck-based
number of
fuck shit
responses
and,
here.
like,
That's a safe time
the
for the
hardest
player
and
on the
most
right.
famously impenetrable, dense bullshit ever. And I'm almost there.
That's a safe tile for the entire table.
It's like, I gotta say, I got
Who
that
will
fucking
seize the win
long-lasting
this hand?
serotonin hit when, oh, I should have called it, what the fuck? Whatever. When, I went through Galaxy Friends, the 12 in Waka, and as soon as I hit the last
Who
note,
will
a group of
arise
4
victorious
people who
this
had been
time?
watching me, unbeknownst to me, fucking
Nobody
explode with,
wins
what
this
the fuck,
shootout.
dude, that's the
Two
coolest shit
players
I've ever
are
seen.
hentai.
I finally got to have that moment, and it's like, what the fuck?
East 3, one counter. The Dora is the 5 of cracks. The player
Galaxy
is
Friends
north.
is a fucking
How does
banger!
this starting hand look to you?
The question is, where is East hiding?
The stage is set. Anything can happen.
Huh, this is kind of a hand, huh?
Who's going to make the first call here?
And it's like,
This table is
Dance
so
Rush,
quiet,
you get
I
to
can
do
hear
that,
a pin
except,
drop.
like,
Any calls on
you
the
actually
pass for
look
now?
cool. You get to have the rhythm game bystander moment, but you also look like you have, like, social
Things are at a
skills,
standstill.
and you're a
What to do
well-adjusted
with
human.
this title?
Konyo?
The player
Which is not always an
makes a
option if you're in the
call out
arcade.
of nowhere.
This lifts a heavy burden.
Are there any
Whatever
charts that are, like,
happens, it'll be
super
something
fucked
to
up,
talk
obviously
about.
hard in Tete, actually? Because I haven't encountered anything that, like, completely blew me
Another
away with,
useless
I have
draw.
no clue how I would ever get to this level. I've picked 15s for fun, and, like, I didn't have a great time, but I did, in fact, have a time.
Is already one tile to Tenpai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
I haven't seen a level 25. The fuck? Did I just keep missing it?
Have things calmed down?
I'll have to try Intense Voice next time we're there. That plus the multi-swipe technology might be the key. Apparently Wednesdays are fucking crowded again, so we have to go back to hitting the arcade at like super late on Sunday if we want the place to ourselves. And it's nice to have it to yourself, man. That's the way to do it, IMO.
No one
Statement
dares
says,
to make
DRS
the
trades
first
away
move.
at being a traditional execution challenge for being a game that intentionally makes its charts easy in order to allow for self-expression,
making
because,
a
you know,
move here.
it's dancing. Are you aware that Pump It Up actually has specifically
The air is
marked
very tense at this
blue
moment.
charts for certain songs that are intentional undercharts that are labeled as, like, performance doubles?
The player on the right
Specifically
continues
so
to
that you can
discard
freestyle
symbols.
and fuck around while still
The
FCing.
player across drops a pair.
I think that's cool. Also, I've never verified this for myself, but apparently it was not legal to use the bar in tournaments until recently. Although, how recently is recently,
Finally,
or
there it is.
where anyone gets that information, I'm not
The
sure.
player, Tenpai.
This hand has a poor weight, but it's still Tenpai.
My, oh my.
It's
and
still
there's the
Tenpai.
beach.
Cope,
There are
cope,
any
cope,
number
cope,
of
cope.
responses here.
G.
The player on the right makes a call on another crack.
Pump
That
is
shows
really
the
neat.
Fatsu.
It's a weird
Still
experience for
holding
me,
back.
though, because, like, the Goldilocks range between, like, I can effortlessly do this and this effortlessly
witnessing
crushes
a
me
tense
seems
push
very,
and
very
pull.
small. Like, I can play 7s, good to go 100% of the time. I
This
can play
can't
8s,
complete an
good to go
open weight
100%
on
of the
the
time.
left.
I play 9s, is that a crossover? And then I break both my legs, shit myself, and die.
Still no calls. The player. Can this hand withstand the heat?
I probably don't have a strong reason to stay in this. It's not a strong hand, but
Look at that Dora.
better than folding and failing.
The player on the left has discarded.
Ah, jeez. The player on the right.
Slam that shit
A
down.
very swift win off the wall.
This will be a repeat of East.
I actually didn't even see that
East
Honitsu.
3.
I'm fucking
2 counters.
asleep at the wheel.
The Dora is north. The player
Good night, by the way,
is
Haley.
north. The player on the right is in first. The player has between 30 and 40,000 points.
Still very much in a position to win the game.
Now, let's watch how things develop. Any calls on Took a pass for now.
Oh yeah, I'm a subject of fucking rhythm games and data and all that. You guys familiar with the Waka error noise?
What's going to happen to this score gap? What to do with this title? Still holding back.
It's like,
The player.
hey,
Is there any
you
way
need to get an
turn the
operator
tables here?
now. You also might need an exorcist. I really respect it.
The
It's
air
like, hey,
is
what
tense
happens
as the
when you
players
get
take
a
their
fucking
turns.
bunch of electronic musicians and sound designers to make a rhythm game? And the answer is that even the fucking error
Who's
noise
going to make the first
has
call here?
really good sound design.
Maybe it is better
Man,
to hold
fuck
back
it.
without any north tiles.
I'm just
visible.
gonna start throwing stuff left of this fucking one pin and see what happens.
This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop. The player.
It's
Two
literally my
tiles to
brain when someone
Tempa.
tries to
This hand
talk
is
to
really
me
beginning to
within an
come
hour
together.
of me clocking off of work. Great. Yeah, it's like Waka will go through its entire self-test routine while like
Things are
playing
at a
its menu
standstill.
music and then load into that.
The
It's
player.
crazy.
Is it time for a call? Still no calls. The player is already one tile to Tenpai.
This hand looks nothing like it did at the start.
I think your 5 1/4 floppy disk drive is broken. Oh, fuck. Dude, what's wrong with your scanner?
Have things calmed down for the moment?
We'll see.
Look at that!
I'll take it.
リーチよ
There it is! Beach!
Went for the Deech, despite an unfavorable weight.
It's Ippei chance. Well, it's not a chance. If this wins, it will be.
The player on the left is on the defense against the player's beach. The player on the right is playing cautious.
Is there
The
any
player
situation where I
across
stick around
decides
waiting for this to be
match the
Sananko?
player's discard. Chasing beach!
This is a
タンよ
The player. Here we have a Hanemon Tenpai!
Excellent.
The player. Can this hand
It's never gonna
withstand
come
the
out.
heat?
I'm so fucking fucked. It's a one of weight.
Three-player Nietzsche.
taking a gamble here.
There's only one winner in a Nietzsche shootout. The player on the right pairs up on the Dora.
I'm actually an idiot for taking this, I think. My brain is just not engaged.
The player can't quite get the job done on this hand.
This poor fucking guy over here.
流局
Nobody wins this shootout.
Everybody's
are
hands
tied.
fucking suck.
East 4, 3 counters. The Dora is the ace of bands. The player is West, heading into the final
okay.
hand of the match.
The player, a Hanemon, will take first.
Well, it's hard to know just how this will turn out. What's going to happen?
This might
to
be my
this
last.
score
I'm not
gap?
playing super well. I'd rather get a
The
little bit of
player
rest early.
already 2 tiles to Tenpai.
The next few tiles could make a huge difference.
Good playing habits.
The player. Is there any way
I
to
feel
turn
like
the
you
tables
teach
here?
yourself to check the fuck out if you keep playing while you're checked out. Same way that if you constantly play through tilt,
Who's
you
going
teach yourself
make
to
the
tilt
first
faster.
call here? The player across makes a call out of nowhere.
Probably looking to block that West for quite a while.
Oh, the 4 when they detect tilt. I think that's a good habit to have. Except, you know, maybe wait until the end of your team game if you're
Calls
playing
on
something
this
like
to
that.
make a pass for now.
It was
The
wild
players are
going
already
from like,
visualizing their
let's
winning
experience
hands.
all of the worst players in the Final Fantasy
The
XIV
player
community
is already
by virtue of
one
trying to
tile
do leveling
Tenpai.
dungeons to like, let's join a static
The
and
player across
everyone
already
is
calls a
fucking
second mouth.
courteous
That
with
kills
good
the
voice
impressive.
etiquette and fucking knows what's going on. Literally my only complaint is that we didn't pull more.
How are the players going to approach this hand? What to do with still holding back?
I like the idea of lost forgiveness if someone
The player across
disconnects,
the table just pushed that tile
but I have
through.
also definitely seen it lead to like, hey, you need to disconnect right now. I will not shoulder the burden of your ineptitude. You need to fucking go.
This tile is blocked off by 3 discards.
The player across. Here we have a cheat.
No
There it is. The player on the left
Well, that happened.
suffers an unexpected loss.
With a fine play. No doubt
I knocked
about
out a
it.
fucking week's worth of free room games tonight anyway.
2
I think that's probably a good session. Played for about 3 hours. So. I'm not gonna fucking touch the skip button here because it's way too loud, and I keep forgetting.
今日は特別よ。
One Sanma game. I'll play one Sanma game. Win or lose, no matter what happens. Last one for real.
始めるわよ。
East 1. The Dora is the 2 of Bams. The player is South. How does this starting hand look to you?
Making use of the Dora is key here.
Let's see how this battle unfolds.
Losing penalties -4, winning is +8. Ranking up
Who's
takes like
going to make
900
the
points.
first
It's
call
basically
here?
a meme. Nice.
The player on the right discards another Bam.
Tanyao.
The player, Dora Khan. The new Dora is 5 Bam.
This could sound an alert to the other players.
None of the
The
other
player,
players give a
Tanyao.
fuck about what I'm
Making a
doing.
move here.
Are you kidding me?
The player on the left.
I'm gonna clear these dangerous
Olosuke.
Pinzu
The
as
player,
quickly as I can.
one tile to Tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
That's live.
The
I
player
thought
on
so.
the right. Here we have a Khan. The new Dora is 9 Bam.
This red dragon could
Take
be
it.
kept as
Take
a
it.
The player
You,
on
huh?
the left makes a call.
Oh.
The player
First
on the
overflow.
right refuses to compromise. Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now.
Ooh. Gonna think twice about throwing that, actually.
Who's going to put? The player on the left. That's a pwn. Ah, gee! The player
All right,
on the left.
she needs to.
What
Yup.
an incredible win off the wall.
The player on the left. A very fit.
That motherfucker flipped to 0 Dora. Why is it always the clown avatars in
East
Sanma?
one counter. The
Don't
Dora
answer that.
is Red Dragon. The player is South. The player on the left is in first. The player has more than 40,000 points.
Still very much in a position to win the game.
This is not an easy spot to work around. The player, 2 tiles to Tenpai.
The
Do
dots
any of
are
you
really
guys
coming
actually
together.
know anyone who uses the miss one node and fail instantly gauge types? Like, I've never met anyone who uses those unironically.
Decided to pass on that edge weight.
Maybe it is better to hold back without any red dragons visible.
It just seems like such an unfun way to play the game.
Another useless draw. Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now. What to do with still holding back?
I guess I just don't understand fucking
The
FC
player on
and
the left discards
related
another
grinds.
dot. I see
It's
storm
never been an
clouds on the
interesting way of
horizon.
playing the game for me.
Doubled up on the Dora.
Okay.
The player.
Where do we go
one
from
tile
here?
to Tenpai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
The player draws another Dora just like that.
We're just gonna slide that shape over.
The player. Is it time for a call? Still no calls.
And we're gonna keep sliding. I wonder how this looks to other people. That's live. That should have been maybe thought about a little more.
What's going to happen to this score gap?
This is dodgy.
One step in the wrong direction. Nobody wins this shootout.
The entire table is no pen.
Great work, guys. Proud of you.
East 2, 2 counters. The Dora is the 9 of dots. The player is East. Right out of
Hello
the gate
there.
with 1 tile to Tenpai. Incredible.
This starting hand is like a gift from heaven.
All right.
The stage is set.
You know what to do. Discard from the
Anything
center.
can happen.
Be as confusing
The
as
player
possible.
on the left makes a call out of... Any calls on this? Took a pass for now.
You know how close I was to actually hitting that?
Maybe it is better to hold back
What to do with this touch?
Almost everyone I've ever streamed this client plays only Sanma. I'm not sure what that means. It probably means that their fucking dopamine receptors are like grill charcoal.
What's going to happen to this score gap?
Oh.
The player on the right made a call there.
Alright, no idea how to read what's going on
Maybe
over
it
there,
is
so I'm
better
gonna
to hold
continue my
back
plan
without any north
of
tiles
boldly
visible.
discarding from the center. I have functioning dopamine receptors, but unrelated brain damage. Glad for you.
Oh.
The player on the right made a call.
That looks
The
like
player
Tenpai
on
if
the
they threw
left
that.
refuses to compromise.
リーチよ。
There it is, each. The player on the left decides to match the player's discard.
ドン。
Ah, jeez. The player.
I love how
suffers
shitty
an
and sad the lightning
unexpected
bolt
loss.
is if you fucking turn over a
No doubt
sheep
about it.
hand.
East 3. The Dora is the 9 of Bams. The player is West. How does this starting hand look to you?
The question is, where is North hiding?
Now,
Oh,
let's watch
okay.
how things develop.
Alright, so this is a fucking big wins attempt, right? Something like that.
What's going to happen to this score gap?
I can't
The
believe
player
another
on the
VR
right
chat world
continues to
fucking
discard
implemented
symbols.
Sanma.
The player is already one tile to Tenpai.
Certain tiles will fit.
Do I
right into
get
this
to
hand.
feel responsible
Others
for
will
that?
gradually transform it.
Do I get to
Look at
feel like a
that.
trendsetter?
リーチよ。
There it is, each. The player on the right decides to
Actually, that's one
match
of the
the
easiest
player's
13 plus in
discard.
the game. Nice.
The player on the right is on the defense
add a
against
gift
the
shop
player's
with t-shirts.
The player. Can this hand withstand the heat?
Fuck.
The player on the left won't be taking risks here.
What would they even... I mean, I know what they would say. Why would I
The
even
player
ask
on
that?
the
I know what
left
they would
Is
say.
assuming that it's an open weight.
The player.
Hell, I want a
can't
fucking
quite
red
get the
3
job
t-shirt in
done
real
on this
life.
hand.
I want red 3s in real life. I want to fucking get some for our set, but I think they're only sold for auto table sets.
The player. Is there any way to turn the tables here?
Nice!
ツモよ。
Zumo on a very thin draw.
A very impressive finish.
I'm simply blown away.
リーズもドラドラバンバン
Alright, we're on the board.
South 1. The Dora
I
is
wonder if
the
my
5
Streamlabs
of
merch
Bams.
store
The
even
player
still
is
works.
South. The player is coming off a spectacular hand. Is this a battle that can be won? Any calls
still
on
up?
this tile?
コンよ。
The player makes a call out of nowhere.
It totally is, and I have 3 shirts on it. This is maybe one of the best fucking jokes I've ever done, honestly. I've got 3 shirts,
The player.
and
2
one of them
tiles
is
to
colon D
Tenpai.
question mark,
The next few tiles
and the
could
other
make a huge difference.
is a photo of someone
Draws
opening
yet
their
another
purchase
symbol.
of the colon D question mark shirt to reveal the wrong shirt. And the other shirt is a photo of someone ordering and opening that shirt to actually receive it.
What to do with this tile?
コンよ。
The player. That's a pawn.
That is
The
like
player.
the only good
One
joke I've
tile
ever
to
made.
Tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
I'm actually not sure if
What's
there's a
going
story
to
behind
happen to
colon D
this
question
score
mark. It
gap?
just seems like an emotion that's common around here.
Doubled up on a tile that was just discarded. Uh-oh, East has declared Nietzsche.
Gotta be cautious against
Well, I can
the
take a
East
Yaku-less
Nietzsche.
The
Tenpai.
player.
ドン
The player
And
suffers
die.
an unexpected loss.
This will be a repeat of ETH.
I did take the Tenpai, it
South
just
one.
wasn't a good
One
idea.
Counter. The Dora is White Dragon. The
Anyway,
player is
please
South.
enjoy
The player on
the
the
physical
left
layout
is in first.
of this
Somebody
page.
needs to put a stop to this madness.
What's needed is a roan off the
Just a
point
big
leader.
fan of it.
Let's see how this battle unfolds. The player gaining momentum.
The BAMs are really coming together. Maybe it is better to hold back without any white dragons visible.
Do I commit to the bit?
The player
Yeah.
is already one tile.
Can't really afford to be
Tenpai.
choosy about
It's
Tenpai
important
right
to
now.
find the best possible weight.
But I want to be stingy with this Dora too. I'm so stupid.
What's going? Oh wow! And there's a call.
リーチよ
There it
It's
is,
so bad.
Nietzsche. The player on
Why
the
would I
right
do
is on
this?
the defense against the player's Nietzsche.
Nice.
ズモよ
Worked out anyway.
Thin draw.
A very impressive finish.
I'm
Sama
simply
is the
blown
worst.
away.
Nice.
リーズモドライオンパネマン
South 2. The Dora is north. The player is east.
It's like in my
The
position I
player
can't afford
is
to be
coming
choosy, but
off
that's
a
still pretty
spectacular
dire.
hand. This is not an
Oh, that
easy
guy just
spot
fucking
to work
pieced out,
around.
okay. My favorite Olympic sport is the Tenpai race.
What's going to happen to this score gap? The player, 2 tiles to Tenpai.
This is the point where skill really factors in. Maybe it is better to hold back without any north tiles visible.
The player is already 1 tile to Tenpai.
Certain tiles will fit right into this hand. Others will gradually transform it.
Any calls on the pick a pass for now?
It's a shit
リーチ
Tenpai.
よ
There it is, Nietzsche. Oh wow, and there's a call.
That kills the
Thought so.
Itatsu. The player on the left is assuming that it's an open weight.
The player, can this hand withstand the heat?
That guy dealt into that and just fucking left.
On a very thin draw.
A
It's
very
crazy that
impressive
people
finish.
leave in
The
Sanma,
player
which
could take the
means
win,
nothing and
depending
takes
on the
1
underside
second to
Dora.
finish.
The player is not letting
リ
up.
ーズモ
South 2, 1 counter. The Dora is the 9 of BAMs. The player is east. The player finished
1,
the last
2.
hand quick
Not quite.
and dirty. The stage is set. Anything can happen. Look
Access
at
is
that
concentrated right now. Please try again later. Huh. That's weird.
Dora. The player, 1 step in the right direction.
The next few tiles could make a huge
Sanma is
difference.
even more
The
luck-based
player
when
gaining momentum.
literally you're
This is
playing
the
with
point
2
where
players and
skill
1
really
Sumogiri
factors
bot. That's just a
Any
dumb
calls on
setting.
this time? Oh wow, and there's a call.
This lifts a heavy burden.
Do I continue being a stubborn
1
jackass?
step in the wrong direction. Another useless
Just
draw.
refuse to give you anything that you can call, even if it means I fucking fuck up my own hand development?
The player, 2 tiles to Tenpai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
The player, 1 tile to Tenpai.
This hand started out as
Listen,
nothing,
man, I just
but
really
now
want
it's
the
something.
toy. You don't know how bad. Probably shouldn't throw any more Sozu. Yeah, that maybe stays in the hand.
The player, first place is well within striking range.
I actually don't even know if
The
it's
player,
worth to throw
no
it
telling
there.
What to do with this tile?
コンよ
The player scored 3 Doras.
This could.
The player, Tenpai.
This hand may have a poor weight, but it's still explosive.
That's so dumb.
The player.
This is
Can
so
hand
dumb.
withstand?
Yaku.
Nobody wins this shootout.
Only the player is Tenpai.
Well, okay.
South 3, 2 counters. The Dora is
You're
south.
winning.
The player
Not
is
yet.
west. Heading into the final hand of the match.
1, 2.
The player, 1,000 points or more, will take first.
Well, it's hard to know just how this will turn out.
It's winnable. That's all I can say,
Any
really.
calls on this time?
来いよ
The player. The player on the left refuses to compromise. The player on the left discards another bam. The player on the right discards another dot. One step in the wrong direction.
Shh, it's okay.
Doubled
I
up on a
need
tile
more.
that was just discarded. The player is
Or I'll take
already
it back, I
one
don't know.
tile to
This is
10
confusing.
It's important to find the best possible way.
What about my belief that everything happens for a reason? How does it interact with this? Did you bust up your iPad, Wolves?
Con.
The player on the left. Here
Or
we
did it
have
just
a
bust
con.
itself
The
up?
new Dora is
Or is
3
it
dots.
iOS 16?
What to do with this tile?
来いよ
The player, Tenpai. The player on the left continues to discard
Jab
simples.
screen too hard.
The player on the left.
Now it
scored
wants to
3 doors.
unionize.
Oh my!
Thank you very much.
There it is. I hear a roam.
A
This
very
game
impressive
is
finish.
so
A
dumb.
spectacular
トイトイ
finish.
10
I'm simply blown. The player came from behind and won it.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't really feel like I deserved any part in that, but that's the way Sanma goes. Sometimes bad players win. Alright. I'm not gonna do anything better than that today, so I'll bounce for now. I don't really know what I'm doing over the next couple of days. I've been spending a lot of time on Ring Racers dev and some personal stuff. So, there is now no stream schedule again, but at least I can fucking stream in relative comfort with a ceiling fan and, like, a somewhat reasonable temperature. Oh yeah! Fucking Frey went and got some quotes on some remote thermostat sensors so that maybe we can actually trigger some fucking cooling when, the rooms need cooling, not just the giant expanse of fucking nothingness that is the living room where no one ever goes unless they're cooking. Anyway, good night. Take care.